Hey guys, Yaro Shien here. Welcome back to another episode of D6 where I bring together voice acting friends and abridging friends and friends in general. Come on to a D&D live stream where we roll some dice, shoot some shit, and have an adventure. So as usual, I'm going to go ahead and roll the character intros, then we will get into announcements, shoot some more shit, and then we'll get right into that said adventure. So without further ado...
My name is Alana Marathari, and this is my story. To say that misfortune follows me at every turn would be a sad, but true beginning. My mother was beaten, tortured, and left for dead, but carried me unknowingly. Going to one of the many elven clans, there I was born healthy and lived among her elven brethren. After finding love and starting my family with a wonderful man named Fenrir, we had a daughter, Alicia. Little did I know that misfortune would come my way once more. While going out on a food gathering with my mastiff Shay, our clan was attacked by humans. Fenrir died trying to protect my daughter, who later I learned was kidnapped. As I saw my beloved die in front of my eyes, I vowed to do whatever it took to find and bring back Alicia to the clan and to always be by her side. I've spoken out of turn many times to my clan, and it's brought me more than my fair share of trouble, but they know I'm right. I will also admit that I do love to partake of fine wines and nails a little more than the average woman, but that's only to mask the pain. I often hide behind jokes and sarcasm. You know, it's easier to laugh at my own pain than deal with it. When it comes to fighting, I believe that I've proven my worth more times than can be counted. My clan is definite proof of that. I have used my femininity at times to get men to give me information, but never letting them get too close to ever touch my heart again. Until I find Alicia, I will not rest. My goal is to find her and save her from the monsters who took her from me. She is my reason for living, and she is the reason why I fight.
My name is Mitch, or as I have been known previously, Rocky Duck Number 9, a monk from the North Country. I journeyed to the land of harsh cold after my adopted family started harshing my mellow. Here, I came across the monastery home to the monk clan, the Rocky Duck, named for the particularly cute waterfowl native to the region. The Rocky Duck value cuteness to a very high degree. I was accepted into the group after a ritual, and was given the number 9 as my identification, because I didn't want the number 37, and the original number 9 had just passed away before I got there, so I figured... Anyway, I trained with them for several years until I realized I could be much cuter if I let my hair grow long. Yes, that is the only reason I left. Please do not inquire further. I now aspire to practice the arts and traditions that were handed down to me, but in my own way, and maybe become an entertainer on the side. I also hope to find a rich girlfriend. Either one works. Though these things may be difficult, as I am not a stellar conversationalist. Hopefully my cute hair will help improve my chances with these endeavors.
I am Arya Hope, rejected by society for being a tiefling, though raised by only a human mother. I found enjoyment in music. My mother first taught me the lute when I was a child, and I found myself skilled in nearly any instrument I encountered. I truly felt the magical properties of music, so I decided to become a bard. And I left my mother at the age of 13. This drew attention to me, mostly responses of disgust. Early on as a bard, I would work rundown pubs, and I would be nearly booed off the stage before I could even perform. A kindly half-elf took pity on me, and she gifted me a brass ring that I've worn ever since. From that day, I was hell-bent that I would not be brought down, and I continued to perform. The half-elf, who introduced herself as Florinda Audit, became a regular in my audience. She went on to introduce me to a mysterious promoter known simply as the Shadow Agent. I've never seen his face. I know only his deep, raspy voice. He's regularly flaunted his connections and has proved an invaluable resource to me. Time and determination was to my advantage, as my skill eventually earned respect, and I've come to a point of moderate success. I will never let go of my dream, which is to one day perform for the royal court. The brass ring given to me by Florinda will never tarnish. and it reminds me that I will not tarnish either.
I, Bagamnon Gorvroth, born in the heart of Dracovania, conceived by Durgrax, a general in the Dracovanian army, and Belnies, a teacher. I grew up enjoying some of the more finer things in life. A good home, plenty of food, and most of all, an exuberant amount of treasure. Until the age of 5, my father had taught me all he could about combat. So he sent me out to Grandmaster Zorbroth to complete my training. He said I had latent potential that he wanted to unlock. So, as the years went on, I trained with the Grandmaster, learning techniques I wouldn't think would be so amazing. I returned home after a few short years with my newfound experience of the world. I then became a member of the army, fighting alongside my father. Whenever we fought, I felt such a rush, almost as much as the rush I got with gold and treasure. Although we had our wealth, I found it to be rather plain. There's only so much Dragonborn treasure you can look at before it gets stale. So, I left home once again on a journey to find other treasures of the world, other than Dragonborn. My mother supportive. My father, on the other hand, while not the happiest, still supported my decision. Now on my own, I crossed the land searching for a good fight, and also the riches and treasures this world has to offer.
The dwarven monk Joseph Leadfist resented his life as a miner in the dwarven mountains of Goldthar, when one day, a group of nomadic halfling monks forced into hiding from a group of dragonborn mercenaries stumbled upon his mountain. They were being chased by the mercenaries so that they couldn't be tortured into revealing the location of their grandmaster, Tiny Nuggins, an expert in the martial art of Lung Fu Pai. He's considered a war criminal to the Dragonborns, but a hero to others. Those halflings took a shining to Joseph, enough to teach him the art of Lung Fu Pai. Joseph was a natural, and soon he set out to find Tiny Nuggins so he could complete his training. Joseph's a scrapper, trained in a martial art designed to punch above the user's own weight. As a dwarf, he is a lover of good food and drink. If a stranger wants to fight, he's more than happy. But if that stranger offered him a drink, he'd be even happier. Joseph has a fear of horses, and unlike dwarves, doesn't like caves or caverns, reminding him of the dismal life he had before the monks arrived.
Hey guys, welcome back. Players, you can go ahead and turn on your mics. Just so you guys know, well, he's here now. I was going to say Yomi was going to be a bit late, just a little bit, but he's here now.
I thought you already rolled the character.
I did, I already did.
That quickly? Fuck.
Yeah, it already... I was just watching Joseph's intro. That's the last one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think so.
I literally just got up.
By the way, my drink tonight is watermelon mimosa, so...
My drink tonight is water.
Same.
My drink tonight is Diet Pepsi.
My drink tonight is Carlton Draft. I plan to drink when Joseph does. I might die.
Oh.
Wait, shouldn't you be drinking Foster's?
That's...
Foster's.
I would not even wish that on my worst
Australian
enemy.
for beer. No, Foster's is like a territory kind of thing. I don't ever see it around in the bottlers.
Oh.
I was just
Hey,
kidding.
VV. VV is the piss.
No.
So,
The reason my drink is water tonight, and I will blame Yomi and the Hawk and Eagle 8 Burger. We had a little bit of a drinking game last night, and yeah.
you didn't invite me.
Sorry, it was like way too late. We were drinking till like what, 3 a.m.
It was like
3,
4.
4?
It was like 4 my time when I finally like went to bed.
Oh, that's good.
I can slightly beat that because I was drinking all night as well. Just around a fire. Very nice. Ended up going to bed at 4 a.m. Actually hang on a minute. The show's going to start at 10. If I sleep, I'm gonna sleep through.
Spilled
Watch
some on my
the entire season 17 to 19 South Park.
Sam, your Skype is weird.
Yeah,
At least to
it's
me.
cutting out.
It's cutting out
It's
quite a bit.
But
Man,
yes.
there's not much I can do about it, I'm afraid.
Yeah, a little bit later into the night, maybe it'll be better.
Hopefully.
Unless you need to restart.
We can
it.
only hope.
Yes, we can only hope. Yeah. So
Um,
water.
so,
Sorry. Usually I drink.
So as usual, for tonight's announcements, special thanks to Battlebards.com and also Soundhammer for providing us some amazing music for us to play tonight. If there's... Oh yeah, that's right. So, I'll be finally making an official announcement after the 5th, because that's when all the patron stuff rolls over and all that fun stuff. I will be running a giveaway here on Twitch if we manage to achieve 1,000 followers. Because of a shipping error, I ended up getting 2 D&D Player's Handbooks. So this one's obviously mine because there's a whole bunch of sticky notes now. So I will, me, Tara, Ava, and Yomi are going to Anime Expo, hopefully along with some... I hope Mercer might be there. I'm hoping Matt might be there, so we can get his signature on this. But we will sign this over the Anime Expo weekend, and then I will send it to you free should you win it. How that will work is that we reach 1,000 followers, and then basically, if you guys are very active in the chats, I will pick someone randomly, and then or that will be during one of the breaks, which is usually at 8 o'clock. I will pick somebody randomly from the chat, and then I will collect your information, and then we will sign this at Anime Expo, and I will send it to you the week after Anime Expo. That way I have time to figure out how to package the damn thing. So, the giveaway will probably happen over the next couple of weeks, if I'm sure, but I will let you guys know how that goes. You know, follow us on Twitter and Facebook and all that stuff, social media. Which, oh, by the way, do any of you know how to use Nightbot? I am...
Yes.
I am so, like, I try to set up Nightbot, like, a few days ago, like, so then I could just have our Twitters, like, just run through every, I don't know, like, 15, 20 minutes. But it just didn't work. I'm like, the fuck, bud? So...
See, I thought Nightbot was a crime-fighting robot.
Me too.
Social media thing.
So, I might find an actual, like, moderator. Like, I know that I already modded quite a few people in the game, but hopefully...
We are actual moderators. What are you talking about?
I mean,
Yeah, we moderate the game all the time. Well, at least Tara and I do.
well,
We're the queens of the chat. We know this.
Oh, yeah.
as I sip from my my fuck all dragon cup.
Your chalice, your pimp cup.
Not even a pimp cup. It's just like it's a dragon. Like, I don't know if you could tell in the light. Like, it's straight up dragon cup. I'm like, yeah. I found this years ago and I've never used it until now.
Praise the queens. Hell yeah.
To the queens. And I don't mean the New York town, or I think it's bad. I don't fucking know.
It's borough. It's a borough.
But you do mean the band.
Ooh,
yeah.
Queen is good.
Queen is good, but the Queens is not as good. So, let's see. Aside from that, what else? I was trying to think. I can't think of anything else for me, so what about you guys?
Hungover. Blame Yomi and Hawk, who's in the chat, by the way. And if you guys don't know who the Hawk Abridged is, he does the other Fate Abridged series, Fate Stay Unlimited. That is not yours, but you voice in it.
I voiced, yeah.
So, yeah. So, hi, Hawk. I blame you, Eagle, and Yomi for everything. And for all my bad decisions last night. So,
to our health!
Yes!
To a long and somewhat alcohol-filled life.
I finalized my my plans and stuff for AX just like 20 minutes ago. That's what that call was about, Aaron, that interrupted you. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, me and Tara watched My Hero Academia, and then Hawk had just messaged me, oh yeah, we're gonna watch a whole bunch of premiered shit, like, after you're done with your stream. You wanna join us? One of them is My Hero Academia, and I'm like, oh, no.
Oh.
Sorry.
I mean, I haven't seen everything else, but I'm more than willing to watch. That. Apparently, they're streaming it. I don't know if I might stream. I just might host. I'll host the stream, but I won't actually stream. I'll just leave that up to you guys. Yomi's grabbing cranberry juice for his poor kidneys.
Yes, I just got back, so.
Oh, you poor bitch. Oh, God. I can't remember who I said that to when they were eating Vegemite. Like, just took like a whole fucking spoonful.
We found we did a good drinking challenge last night with a DC Comics video for the Killing Joke. The Killing Joke, and it kept pausing every 16, 15 seconds, and every time it paused, we had to drink.
My
because,
God.
Yeah, we found the Killing Joke DC exclusive video, which somebody had spliced.
Hey, Ava. Turns out the video, like, in its entirety was on Daily Motion without the fucking transitions.
Shit!
That's fucked up.
We did kill Eagle doing that, and then we did a couple of rounds of Never Have I Ever, which I woefully regret.
I refuse to play Never Have I Ever, like, at least the first or second round.
I've never known so many things about Yomi and Hawk that I never needed to know. And we did kill Eagle doing that, so.
Oh.
Maybe.
Never have I ever. Isn't fun for me because I always win.
Well,
sure, there's not many experiences that Tara has been a part of. Mainly because she lives up in Ohio, and what the fuck can you do in Ohio?
Like the worst thing I did was like last summer, and that was that experience staying over at Yomi's after AX.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
By the way, skimming through my Twitter photos, I found that picture of your eyelash.
Oh yeah, his wife almost beat the his girlfriend almost beat the shit out of him over that.
Oh my God, okay, I wear false lashes all the time, and one of my lashes got caught on one of the blankets at his house, and like months later his girlfriend finds it, and she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think there was like a couple of messages where you were like, hey, have you guys seen it anywhere? Like I can't seem to find it.
Yeah.
Alright, since I don't think we have any big announcements, what I do know is, the auditions for Luna and the Starbreaker are gonna be done this week, and I'll probably be coming out with that maybe later this month, early next month. Let me see. There was also one more thing. Oh yeah, episode 7 of D6. Okay, so I keep rendering it, but it seems like every time I do that, like almost I think at like 45 minutes, the audio just cuts out. And I've already done it 3 times already. So I'm gonna do it one more time, and then I'm going to try and post it on Tuesday, because I can't do it tonight. I'll try and post it on Tuesday if I manage to get it to work, and then I will post episode 8 on that Thursday still. in which I still have to splice everything because of the power outage last week, in which, hoping to God, that doesn't happen again. So, that was a fucking natural disaster.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yes.
One last thing from me. I put out on Casting Call Club the new auditions for Not Another Digimon Abridged. We have a couple of baby Digimon that need to be filled in because the original VAs had to drop out earlier this year. So
that's always
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, so I've got 4 auditions ready, ready for people to audition for. They're Koromon, Gabumon, Biomon, and Motimon. And I decided to make Motimon with a Jar Jar Binks voice. So that's going to be fun.
Oh, that's
I'll
always
be sure to send you
no.
my Gabumon later.
Misa hates already.
Yeah, I'll give it.
I hate my life.
I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go with my horrible Jar Jar Binks impression.
Yep. If you guys go and get on Casting
Did you
Call
guys-
Club, it's just one word.
Did you guys know that he became like a counselor after the first movie? He became a legitimate political position.
Misa, Jar Jar Binks want to be your governor. Please vote for me.
Oh God.
Oh! Misa, fix all the tax reforms.
Oh my god!
Oh my God, that was awesome.
Misa gonna put up a wall.
Oh God.
Quizguru already commented on that. By the way, I did shave a bit because it was starting to get a little unruly around here, so I decided to trim it down as best I can, and I'm already getting comments that it looks evil, so...
Well, he is the DM. That is part of his job.
I am
Evil.
chaotic neutral.
No, you're not. You're lawful evil.
No, I'm chaotic neutral.
You love to torture us.
Chaotic neutral,
I
and he
torture
spells it with
you
a T.
guys because I'm indifferent to the situation.
By the way, chaotic is spelled with a T, not with a D.
Yeah, exactly, Aaron.
You're chaotic.
Chaotic.
Wait, is that how it's actually? Wait, is that how you spelled it?
I think
He
so.
spells it with a D every time.
Chaotic.
God damn it, Aaron.
Chaotic.
Can't spell.
I mean it's my curse and also my gift. All right, you guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right back into the game. And recap: our adventurers had left Balderberg and decided to go up through White Dragon Summit. With a little bit of fighting from wraiths and having to go up the mountain with yetis. They had reached White Dragon Summit with what seemed to be a very desolate and very scared town, taking refuge inside of the Bahamut's church. After some investigation by Bagamnin and Alana, they have found out that there was a man dressed up as the town elder as he was trying to control a white dragon. When our adventurers had intercepted in his plans, he decided to attack, which led to a very unfortunate and unnecessary death on Begamnin's behalf, in which they had successfully brought him back from the dead, in which with a message left by Bahamut to him, and also the travel back down in a quick rush back to Orario in order to alert the governing kingdom. So, with a bit of a run through the avalanche that had come down because of the white dragon no longer being present within the area, the snow could not sustain itself. They had managed to make it down to the bottom of the mountain, and upon leaving the range, they saw what is to be Orario, the capital of Alernon. So, with that being said, our adventurers are now close near one of the near the southeastern wall, in which they are still traveling towards Orario. So, for you guys, let's see. All right. As you
I
guys,
have a quick question.
yes.
We were given the Dragon's God's blessing last time I played. Have we still got that?
By the time you guys have left and traveled back, the blessing has already worn off, so your AC is back to normal.
Gotcha.
So, let's see. As you guys now begin to walk towards the main entrance, which is the southern entrance and probably the only one on foot into Orario, you begin to enter what is the main gate of Noxla, and the more residential partition of Orario. As you guys begin to get somewhat a bit closer, you see what looks to be uniform-looking guards standing outside of the main gate, going through passports and paperwork. Some rushing in, rushing out of a side door. You begin to get closer to what looks to be a drawbridge under the giant wall. As you can tell from the wall, it's mostly made of wood and also what seems to be metal plates, sections holding these pieces of woods together. As you guys probably know from the history of Alernon, Orario has been through many, many, many battles. But these walls look very, very clean in the essence of it. So what you can see is seems like you can take it out and then replace it. And it seems like this wall has stood for a very long time. Let's see. I want to say by now you guys are fairly close. You're now just standing in a line as you guys are going through, with Lyle at the front, simply just already pulling out her paperwork as you guys also having your paperwork as well. I know this might be something that is not within your items written down, but it is something now to be noted that you do have paperwork to be able to get in and out of Orario.
Noted.
As you guys finally get closer up to the guards, what seems to be these two young-looking lads, they see Lyle and immediately go into attention. Sir! And she just kind of pats them down. It's alright, it's alright. We need to see the king and queen immediately. And the guards begin to look at each other. And suddenly, like, in just this kind of blank moment, so we need to, you need to see the queen immediately. The queen? Yes. And she looks to you guys. I'm pretty sure this has something to do with that wizard. They need to come with me. And the guards look to each other and it's like, Lyle, this is a very private matter. This is also something to deal with them as well. They come with me. And with what seems to be now them kind of trickling piss out of the side of the lake, they take a quick nod in understanding, and they lead her and you guys into what looks to be a very quick carriage into Orario. As you guys enter in the, or well, do you want to even go into the carriage? I don't know. It's up to you guys.
I will.
All right.
Yep.
I will.
Let's do this.
Yay.
I'm gonna get on the most comfortable looking seat on the carriage, which is the roof.
Well, no, that's where Shay
ride
is.
the
Come
roof.
on.
Me and Shay are buds now.
as as you guys begin to notice this dwarven-looking man now climbing up what seems to be the side ladder to this roof, Shay takes a quick jump onto the top, and you kind of just see the carriage taking a bit of a rick to the side, and just a bit.
My dog's badass, man.
Lyle taking also a step in.
I'm a pretty.
What?
Okay. If this is just how I'm imagining it, I'm sitting cross-legged on the roof of this carriage, and Shay's sitting like the obedient dog he is, but I'm so small that I actually fit in the alcove under his head, so he's kind of resting his head on my head,
Yeah, pretty much.
and it's great.
Aww.
Just don't let him
I
drool.
really
He has
go
a
for
tendency to do it. He has a tendency to drool, so yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Can't
allow
watch
it.
out.
I'm wearing a Shay hat.
Aww.
Aw.
It's supposed to be a hat for Shay, specifically.
Yeah.
+2 to bond.
You, what you do seem to notice, though, is that the carriage isn't pulled by horses. They are pulled by some rather large-looking, ostriches.
Even better.
Kind of like
Okay.
chocobos, if one were to give best example.
I love town. They know how to get around.
It seems to be pulled by 4 very tough-looking ostriches. That's what I'll just call them for now. As Lyle also begins to enter, and the rest of you enter inside the carriage, you hear a quick crack of the whip, and you guys begin to move into Alernon. As you enter and pass through the gate, you guys see what is this very large and bustling town, but it's also seems to be separate towns. To your what can you see as you're going north? You see to the west, you see a whole bunch of houses, kind of not too dark, but mostly dirt and cobblestone roads. And to the east, you see what looks to be tents and one large tower going straight up, where you see airships coming in and just taking their place inside of its port. As you guys also begin going more closer towards north, you see what looks to be this gigantic and beautiful looking castle, just made of very, very fine stone and marble work. It takes you guys about 10-15 minutes through the carriage ride in order to get towards the center, stopping at the main gate. And with a couple of conversations with the guards, they open up the gate and begin to let you in. As you pass through that wall, you begin to see these several white-looking, well-crafted houses, and just the architecture here is phenomenal. This would be considered the inner ring of Alernon. As you get much more closer towards this amazing-looking castle, you begin to notice that there are now much more finer works. There are several different fixed deity statues as it begins to circle around towards the main castle. As you enter in through what looks to be another drawbridge as it is lowered, and you enter through, taking its space in parking, and also coming to a very not too abrupt stop as you hear the claw clackling onto the very nice stonework. Some slight movement off to the side, and the door whips open, allowing you guys to exit. Ladies, gentlemen, and you up there, there will be a butler along with you shortly. Lyle, hope you can keep them out of trouble. Surely.
I bark very loudly at the man.
As you do, he kind of goes
In my
"Ha!"
best dog impression.
As you do, he goes
But
ha.
it's a really good one. It's really good. It's like
As you,
Jay's
as
rubbing
you
off
do,
on you really quick.
like I said, as you do, he goes ha.
I jump down and lick him in the face.
Oh God, no. Oh, this is why we don't use you for diplomacy, Joseph.
As you do, as you get closer towards his face, he immediately draws his sword. No.
Joseph.
I see the sword and I go, okay, this guy can't take a joke.
Just go with Shay, please.
I think we need to muzzle you.
Honestly, the dog is better behaved than you are sometimes.
All right.
Well, he's been trained.
All right. Well, let's make our way to the meeting room with quickness, shall we? As Lyle begins to exit out through the carriage. And as such, I will actually need to take out one of these. So, need this for me. As you guys begin to what seems to walk through the entrance and one of the main corridor, as what seems to have been the stables, you then begin to enter the main front entrance of the Orario castle. There waiting is this rather well-dressed butler looking figure. Lady Animor, I'm glad that I can see your return. Very. Apparently a meeting is prepared upon my arrival. Yes, I will alert that the Queen of your arrival and the other generals and advisors and your friends, they will be within the meeting. Right. As he begins to look at this ragtag looking team. Well, then I will lead you to the meeting room. As such, he begins to guide the rest of you, and Lyle now keeping a close eye on all of you, making sure you don't really touch much of anything. You begin to see what looks to be a rather elegant and well-decorated castle. The interior design is absolutely fucking flawless. As you go up about 1 or 2 floors, you then see these amazing and well-decorated double doors. As he opens one of them, inside the room, what looks to be a set of windows facing out towards the eastern part of Orario, where you see what looks to be a very clear line of what seems to be 2 separate towns, what looks to be the port town and some arenas off to the side. This would, I believe, be Aquados and Ignatius, which are the known as the water and fire towns of Orario. As such, you also begin to see within this room there are also 2 other double doors just closed, and the windows letting in a fair amount of light as you guys are then seated side by side along inside of this room.
Alright, I'll sit right next to Arya, just because we are a team. We're a girl team.
along with that, you also see,
Girl power.
along with that, you also see within the room a elderly-looking figure cloaked in all black. You don't really see much of his skin, but you do see a bit of a grayish beard going down. As such, he turns to all of you and waves, and what you guys notice is that it's the Shadow Agent for some strange reason. Well, I'm glad all of you were able to make a safe return. Please, take a seat. And as the butler begins to leave, Is there anything that I can get any of you?
Oh, a brandy.
Wine would be fine with me, ma'am.
Ale.
Alcohol it is.
Wine.
One bourbon, one scotch,
Alcohol it is then.
one beer, if you have them.
I think you may as well bring the whole liquor cabinet.
Funny.
Aria, we are not that bad.
He
Speak
exits
for
out-
yourself.
He exits out through one of the doors facing away from you guys as you guys begin to just make a beeline next to the Shadow Agent. The order in which you are sitting in, it would be Aria, Alana, Begamnin, and Joseph, while Lyle has sat across from you in what seems to be a very much more particular chair, taking what she seems to be her chair in specific. Well, it's going to take a little bit of time. Is there anything that any of you want to talk to about in particular before hopefully this meeting begins and the insanity of politics?
Well, I'm quite interested. Do you always sit there?
Yes.
Oh, good. It's just when you sat down, you drew attention to it.
Well, the four generals usually sit to the left of the king and queen in this meeting room, so this is specifically my seat as I am the second general.
Can I have a go?
No.
Come on, I could
Miss,
sit on your lap. I'm not that heavy.
No.
yes. Well, our dear friend, Mr. Shadow Agent, is here. How have you been?
Well, I've heard of your travels by a few messages. I also heard that you were banned in Polderberg, Alana. It's not a good thing to do, especially if it's Tobias. How did you not get arrested again?
Well, my face falls first. I made a deal with Sir Tobias, and I was hoping I can get some information from you regarding the Emerald Enclave.
Your tribe.
Specifically, the attacks that were made on them not so long ago.
Based on what I know right now, I believe we might wait for the meeting to happen. I think more information will be provided then.
Of course, if you would like to discuss things in private, it would be my pleasure.
Certainly. As he begins to just wait now patiently, you guys begin to just notice that there are now several footsteps coming towards this this room. Very heavy, some light, and as such, you hear the doors in which you have entered open, and now you see what looks to be this very not too short, not too tall of a man, human, fairly old, got some scruff on him. You also see this woman with a mask on and two long silver bangs going down her sides, while the rest of her hair seems to also be fairly darkened and black. You see what looks to be a small halfling man with these very large-looking goggles and several affixed magnifying and other objects that seem to just, as he pushes and corrects them, he seems to be able to fix them in just tons and tons of probably what would be soot. You see what looks to be a couple of elven twins, one male, one female, very graceful in the presence, as you would know a lot of high elves to be. You also notice that there's this rather aged tiefling man, also dressed like the Elven twins, as they don't seem to look like the generals in their usual general attire, as each one does seem to have a very particular uniform set to it, but also is adjusted to what would be their skill set. With these three, along with a dwarven-looking woman, you notice that they all have these long robes and somewhat very particular scholar-like hat that you've noticed on these four. They seem to have a separate job away from being a general here in Alernon, and they along take seats. Each one of the generals beginning to take their particular seat, and the two of the individuals take their seat, and another two sitting at the other end of you lot. And you kind of just hear a couple of them talk while Lyle just sitting there, just staring forward, just keeping an eye on, everybody and noticing the room in general. The butler has returned with your drinks and places it all in front of you. He also begins to place water for the rest of the council here at the castle. And what seems to be a few moments later, the doors that lead out towards the front or the north part of the castle open both wide, and you see this, what looks to be a half-elven woman, long blonde hair, dressed in this very, very beautiful blue outfit of just very fit for what seems to be the queen, and along what looks to be a guard, which is just covered in armor from head to toe and with a huge face mask. What looks to be a very, very intricate looking helmet, along with what looks to be like two separate spikes going out towards the back. Just very well crafted armor, along with a very interesting looking sword towards the side. It doesn't seem like it has a sheath for it, but it does, in a sense, it doesn't seem like it's a sword that would be able to be sheathed in general. As the butler then pulls the chair forward as she takes a seat, and you are now surrounded by what would be the royalty of Alernon. And in this very light, somewhat delightful voice, the queen speaks. I am glad that all of you are able to join us now, and I'm also glad that one of our generals, Lyle, was able to return to us safely, as far as I know. This meeting has been called for as there is a very pressing matter, and I'm assured that there are things that need to be spoken, but this in particular is a dangerous issue that we need to address. The king is gone, and as the room, looking as not very indifferent but very heart, like the dropping of the heart like into the stomach, and Lyle in shock of this information. We currently only know two things: that he was taken by the Montenegro family, and that we don't know if he is, and what we do know is that he is alive, but we don't know his condition. We have sent several members of both the Eclipse Eye and our own personal guard in order to try and retrieve him, all coming back in failure. It seems like they just know our every move.
Well, then it seems like we need to get a little unpredictable.
And I snort my drink through my nose.
Your Majesty, he's not entirely wrong. If predictability is what's getting us, then I guess the most unpredictable choices we'll have to make.
I don't disagree.
Meaning you chose the right people to ask.
And not to worry, the Emerald Enclave will help you.
Our sister tribe. I'm assuming you're from the Emerald. I'm from the Diamond, up north. We're more or less cousins, if one were to really put it there. I do want to ask a very selective set of you to help us, but like I said, we don't even know if he's okay, and as far as we also know, we don't know where the Montenegro family is even heading. We have no leads, we have no information on them.
Where was the last place they were spotted? Maybe we can start from there.
Well, the king was headed towards the Emerald Enclave in order to promote a peace treaty, or to renew it, as a way to gather more sustainability in between, as I'm sure, based off of their attacks several months ago, that they had caused a bit of trouble, and I'm also sure that Paulderberg had ran into that issue as well.
Maybe we could get one of his items, like Montagu's items, and then give it to Shay, and then we go back to where he last was and get Shay to sniff him out.
That would help in only the fact that we would try and find it, but they're still too far away. Even if we were to give something to your dog, it wouldn't necessarily help immediately. Like, the smell has already dispersed as far as we've known. Trust me, we've tried a lot of results. If we had notes or books or something, we can try and work everything out and figure out their plans or where they would be heading next, but we just have nothing.
I mean, I still think it might be worthwhile getting Shay to know his scent, because then, then he can't get the drop on us, because Shay will see him way before we do. So that might be handy anyway.
As far as
It's up to Orion though.
As DM ultimately says, as far as you guys know, if you try to do that with Shay, it just won't work because it has happened long ago.
Yeah, the scent would need to be fresh.
If it happened in the matter of days, we might have been able to, but we weren't alerted days in advance. We were alerted weeks, and we can't run this entire country without a king currently.
What about a divination wizard? Totally not reading the comments.
We haven't set up any scrying rituals. That we didn't leave anything with him in order to adjust to this. The Emerald Enclave would have assumed this to be a form of treason if they were to see the meeting, if one were to try and inspect upon it. That we have no scrying at all.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you one more question. What is his... two questions. What is his full name?
Good fucking question.
The
I haven't
forgot it.
The Montenegro family has to pay for certain things. So.
Good fucking question. I have it in my notes.
I'm trying to stay composed again, and it is
Yaro
not working.
Shien. Oh, Yaro Shien. You need to get better. King Marva Alernon the 58th.
The 58th.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
If
This This kingdom has stayed around for a very long time, you guys. Come on.
Yeah.
You know the general lore. I gave it to you guys.
All right, okay.
I know.
So this is
but
my
it's
next
more-
question,
It's more.
and this is the most important one. If you were King Mava, where would you be?
Here.
Well, that's easy, isn't it? He's here.
He's not here.
Joseph.
He
Well, you
hasn't left.
assume
He's hiding
somewhere-
in plain sight.
You assume that he has a choice of where he is right now.
He was ambushed.
As you began to
Oh, I missed that bit.
as you began to get a little more spry, you begin to notice the generals looking at you very, very heavily, especially Lyle with her yellow piercing eyes.
Damn blood hunters. Alright.
Alright, I do want to remind you, Ava, you do have that book.
I do. I'm just trying to remember which book it is.
Well,
I'm pretty sure it was mentioned in chat, and then I totally might have skimmed through it. My bad.
Possibly. Anyways, this is a very pressing matter, as I have also taken counsel with a old friend here, as you guys would regard him as Shadow Agent. And you begin to he just nods a bit in acknowledgement of, being a very close friend of the Queen. I think the best course of action is for us to try and set up a team, and one that will only be to us and us alone within this room, and we will make our way towards the Emerald Enclave and see if we can gather information from there. If that doesn't work, we don't know how much more longer the king has to live.
Well, we could always get a new one.
If only it was
Joseph.
so easy.
Joseph.
And as you say that, you see the dwarven woman just immediately stand up. You insensitive bastard! How dare you! And in front of the queen as well! The
Which
next time you
does
open
make-
your
I'm
mouth,
just gonna
you
introduce myself.
Hello, I'm Joseph. Clearly, we haven't met.
That is indifferent
Lyle.
to me.
I understand he can be frustrating.
It's not Lyle.
But
it's
this
one of the
The other ones.
the
Okay.
dwarven one.
Sorry, just thought it was Lyle. But I do believe there may be motive. Is there anyone who takes the ascension to the throne if something were to happen to the king?
As you stare towards the queen, you begin to notice her head kind of goes down a bit. I am with child, so in the coming months, we might have a king, or we might have a queen. We just don't know yet. And that's why we need him to return, because there's no one that be able to take the throne currently.
Well, Your Majesty. This is.
We'll do anything we can to help.
As you say that, the Shadow Agent will, Aria, this is a difficult task to say. I mean, sending you to Balderberg for your work is work, but taking time away from it is, I would say, it wouldn't help if there are other situations ahead. But if you feel strongly as if you can help, I will give you my best support. But do keep in mind that this is more than just going there and returning. You are fighting one of the most notorious bandit families in all of Alernon. They've eluded our sights. They've eluded many times our ability to try even arresting them.
We need to try something. Anything. We need to...
I can't sit by knowing that this distress is going on.
To be honest, I feel a bit bad that I just said we get a new king in front of his wife. So I feel like I have to help now.
I've spent my whole life being deemed a criminal. I want to help.
I understand.
Well, I mean, you could probably get amnesty out of this as well, if you're really crafty about it.
I understand. As he begins to look towards the other generals. In the current particular situation, I think it would be important to try and get the Emerald Enclave's support, even though the king is not with us. We should try to establish a treaty, at least temporary, until we can gather him and then return here, regather our senses, and figure out what to do from the situation there.
Perhaps maybe before the treaty, we should consider, obviously the kingdom has enemies, yeah? So what if we just dressed up as a bunch of bandits, went to the nearest enemy fort from the, whatever their name was, just fucking ambush the shit out of them, get as much information as we can.
Well,
because they're like, oh, hey, we've been fucked up, we need a bit of help.
Well, the Montenegro family, as far as I know, doesn't stay still.
But surely they've got to have, someone that sends them supplies or directions. They've got to have someone that knows them. Otherwise, they're just nomads. And, take it from me, no one likes a nomad. They've got to have ties somewhere.
They do.
As this conversation begins to go on, what looks to be this the elderly-looking general that is sitting closest to the queen. Well, I say that we should just hunt them down and just murder them on the spot. Righto?
That won't help us at all. We need to know where the king is. We need to know if there's any plans for another attack. That's what we need to do. Strategize for another attack. Maybe not do it the most conventional way, because they have been yielding no results, but we do it in a spontaneous way.
We need their knowledge in our heads, not their blood on our hands.
And as you guys say this, what looks to be the halfling general. Well, if I were to find some kind of piece of information or anything at all, if I had a map or locations, places that they usually terrorize, most certainly I'd be able to decipher it with, I would say, in about a week, if at the very least. If any of you have that possible information, I'd be more than happy to help.
Question. I'm gonna go right up to that halfling general, and I'm going to do the most elaborate long fu pie stance I know, and see if he reacts to it.
You get up from the table and, like, in what looks to be like your eyes kind of sunken in, you walk around the table and you pose in one of your long fu pie stances, and he stares at you. He adjusts his goggles. What are you doing?
I was really hoping it was Tiny Nuggets. Like, I was so sure.
and
I just go, right, sorry.
And what seems to be this matter of disappointment on this dwarf's face, you're like, oh, right, sorry. And you retake your seat with the dwarven woman just kind of nodding her head, like, what are you doing?
And we're just all face palming. Like, you can see the three of us just...
Joseph is
I don't
that
wait.
friend.
Do these guys technically don't know my backstory yet because I haven't explained it to them.
No, you have not.
Yeah.
So that's just a really well. Have I explained it?
No, your character introductions is not an actual introduction to ourselves.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Technically,
Yeah.
we're all still a mystery. We just got banded together.
Yeah.
Well,
So that was
Yeah.
just a very
as far-
weird thing for me to pull out on you guys.
Yeah, as far as you guys possibly know, the original team, you guys do know each other's backstories, as far as you know. But that's all. That's pretty much it.
So
Well,
yeah.
actually,
Mitch
they
and
don't
Joseph
know a
are-
lot of mine
Well,
yet.
what was played in the backstories originally? But
Yes.
you guys in your travels had ended up bonding from Orario to Paulderberg originally. But if you guys introduce for our new players that introduce themselves in game, that would probably help a lot of the situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
So sadly, Ario knows about my my afflictions with men.
Aw.
As you guys, as he retakes his seat, well, like I said, if there's any information that any of you could possibly provide that would help us track down or even predict what their next movement would be, that would be most helpful, at the very least. This general seems to be the most smartest of the group. Well, one side seems to take things with very serious advantage and by force. The other two, this black-haired, silver-banged woman with a face mask, and this halfling-looking man, just seems to be what looks to be more intelligent than the other two. And I'm pretty sure with Maiden's mind, we both might be able to decipher within the week what I would predict. Anyone?
Trying to remember what the name of the book is. Damn it.
The name of the book is, I believe, I have his name. It's written down. But I don't know where.
Yeah.
I might have it here. Maybe? I'm pretty sure. Not that one. I have so many folders. We're gonna call it the Paulderberg Scarred notebook. And if that is plenty suited to the situation, I think we'll take it as that, but I'll try and figure it out later. I don't know if I threw away my notes, because I usually don't do that. I still have shit from 2 years ago. Okay. So, that's as far as you know about that notebook. Is the Paulderberg Guard notebook, in which within it has many notes about the Montenegro family and where they often travel and what rounds they make before they find a very particular place to attack, in which they have terrorized pretty much all of Alernon, is what you guys have known.
All right, we need to go to their supplier. That's the best course of action. Is find out where the supplier is, get the location on this, and maybe interrogate.
Well,
maybe.
I think we should actually look for the nearest sporting arena. Because Montenegros are really good at basketball.
No, they're
Montenegro. Montenegro.
I'm sorry. It's like I just couldn't help but make a really racist joke.
As far
baseball.
That's
like
my
I
Twitter
said,
account. Send me hate there.
like I said, we would be able to if we had a piece of information, but we don't have that.
All right. I'm going to throw a bunch of sand or dust or dirt into the air
You don't have
and
that.
see where the wind takes it. Are we inside?
Yeah, you're inside.
We're inside.
Okay, well, I'm going to throw a glass of something up into the air and see where the wind blows it.
There is no wind.
There's no wind inside.
There's no wind inside.
There's
Okay, well,
not
I
even-
open the
Probably
window
get your
first.
ass kicked too. I mean, that's just a fair warning.
I'm just going to let
Oh
the
my
gods show
God.
me where to go.
Yeah, they'll kick you out if you do that. The Aussies joke nearly made me crash my car. Oh God, Hawk.
As you take one of your drinks and you toss it in the air, what looks to be what is the black-haired, silver-banged, face-masked woman. She raises her hand in immediate, stopping the liquid from falling down and putting it back in the glass, and just everyone just still sitting there, now severely looking at Joseph, telling you to stop.
Okay. I know where the king is now. He's underground.
Oh.
He's below our
Everybody
feet.
on the table, face palms. My God.
Joseph, please stop.
May I please have some more liquor?
Can I go back to being dead?
No.
Welcome back, Aaron.
If I gotta deal with him, you do too.
Please, someone kill me now.
God.
Inside is painless.
Like, honestly, I'll fit right in hell.
You are a demon.
I mean, at any point in time, you can present that fucking book. I don't know what
Yeah.
you're doing.
Yeah, that's like, I just wanted to see my options right now. But yes, Begamnin, do you have it's in his pack, so.
Within the bag of holding.
In the bag of holding.
Holding. Yeah.
All right. What am I looking for?
Search around for a book. It should be thick and, I guess, leathery.
It's a brown leather book.
Phrasing?
Okay. Oh God.
Um,
Shut up, Archer.
As Begamnin opens up the bag and sticks his hand in, he thinks of the brown leather book that you had been given by the guard from Paulderberg. Keep in mind, whenever you put something within the bag, in order for you to take it out of the bag, you just have to think of it, and then it ends up in your hand and you pull it out. And so, as such, he pulls it out. And he presents what looks to be the book from earlier.
Here you go.
Thank you.
As hands off to Alana.
All right, this book should have most of the information that we may or may not need. This is what I was given from Tobias Allgrave. And it's his notes on what has happened with the Montenegro family and their in their movements.
As you place it onto the table, the book now open. The halfling man now on just standing in his chair, kind of having to come over and take it, just having to use his full body in order to just grab it from across the table and pull it back to him. He now readjusting his goggles. Yes. This is it. It might take a little bit of time to decipher their movements, but this is it. We can do this. This is our first clue, our first piece of information in order to get at the Montenegro family and return the king. As he now slams the book shut. Me and Maiden will return this to you as soon as possible. It will take some time in order to figure out things, but hopefully with this, you have just helped us make our first step into saving the king. And he now, what seems to now be a big breath of sigh within the room, that this is a huge piece that you can now begin, that they can now begin to take forward in the steps in trying to save King Alernon. And as the queen begins to speak again, with that being said, I'm terribly sorry that we didn't get even to introductions. My mind, and I'm pretty sure the rest of the generals, at least now, are heavily thinking about the issue at hand. Anyways, I am Ian. I am from the Diamond tribe of the Northern Enclave. I am the queen. And as one of the main generals begins to stand up closer to the queen, it's like, I am Geralt Rothschild, one of the 4 generals of the Alernon troops, and I am also known as the Titan Slayer. Bully! And he takes his seat, and Lyle, well, you all already know who I am. And, the woman, with the face mask and the silver bangs, she doesn't seem to speak, but within all of your minds, you hear a voice. I am Maven Poe. I am one of the 4 generals of Alernon. And suddenly the voice begins to recede back from your minds. She then turns towards the halfling man and nods, and he's like, Right. I am Obi Trixton. I am one of the 4 generals of Alernon, and I am also known as the firearms general here. I make really, really nice explosives and arcane matters. Then as more proceeds, hi, hello.
I just want everyone to know that when he said explosions, I got an erection.
As soon as he said arcane, my eyes went open. I'm like, yes. So,
yeah.
2 of us.
You
yeah,
also
2 of us got
notice
very
that there are several belts and other tinkering-looking items that also seem to have a slight bluish glow to them. Like arcane glow to them. The twin elven gentleman and lady stand up. I am Karana Lockhart. I'm one of the 4 advisors here of Alernon. And this is my twin brother, Geraldin. And he, with what looks to be, they both seem to be polar opposites in just visualization, whilst having what seems to be identical faces, one having very long blonde hair and the other one having very short black hair. He just nods to you. Now the tiefling man sitting on your guys' side of the table. I am Ericus. I am one of the 4 advisors here of Alernon. And the dwarven lady. I am Lovis, one of the 4 advisors of Alernon. And I think that's all of us in introductions. And what about all of you? I'm pretty sure that we would like to know our current adventurers and those who have helped the kingdom so far.
Well, I am Alana Marathari. I am from the Emerald Enclave, and these are my companions. Introduce yourself, guys. I'm not introducing you.
I'm intimidated. They're all staring at me.
I'm the Ganon Gorobroth. I am Dragonborn Jesus.
Oh, God.
The whole room kind of just laughs a little bit as now things begin to layer. And then Geralt stands up. Wait, Begamnon, I know your father, one of the generals of Dracovania. Yes, very good man, very good.
You knew my father?
Yes, on many different occasions, we've had a couple of scuffles together. Quite the man, indeed.
You haven't spoken to him lately, have you?
I would say it's been about 1, maybe 2 years. Give it to us.
Begamnon, you should totally tell him that your father wasn't in the army and make him feel like a total racist.
Oh no, I totally know that he was in the army. That's how we knew each other. I'm one of the generals, and so is...
I whispered that.
Lots of other generals, and such, and yes.
Holy shit, he's got fantastic hearing.
Even though you're whispering, it's like loud whispering. Keep that in mind.
And some scotch.
Can you not tell him about the whole Dragon Jesus thing? He wouldn't exactly like that very much.
I'm pretty sure it was a token general. Bully.
I am Arya Hope. I'm a bard who has lived in Orario for quite some years.
And as you say that, the shadow agent, she is within my agency.
Yes.
Very fine worker, as far as I know.
Thank you.
All right. So I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna place my hand on my chest, and I'm gonna say, "And my name's Joseph Leadfist." And then I pick up the chair I was sitting on and break it in half with my arms. As I do this, I say, "I'm sort of the wild card."
As you do so, the allotment of the advisors and generals and the queen, along with her own personal guard, all facepalm. now a couple of butlers taking away what seems to have been the pieces of your chair, quickly replacing it with a new one.
I just turn to the butler and say, No, I need to take responsibility. I'll stand.
As before he
I
begins
fucked
to
up.
place
I
it,
pay the price.
As he begins to try to put it back, he then immediately takes it, looking at you like, "Don't you dare do that again." Now with a single seat no longer in the room. Well, as the queen begins to speak again, well, with thanks to your help, we will most certainly be able to help the situation. And if I may, as I'm sure that all of you have already answered this question, but for clarity's sake, should we create this party, this rescue team? Would you, all of you, be willing to help us?
Yes.
I'll agree. If you can tell me anything about a halfling named Tiny Nuggins. Anything at all.
I'm not too sure. The name is familiar, but the but his presence I do not know.
Well, if you want, you can lie to me, because I actually kind of want to help.
Well, like I said, I don't know where this tiny Nuggins would be.
You could lie to me. Just tell me his favorite. I just said anything about him. Tell me what his favorite color.
Make an insight check. Uh-oh.
And insight is 6. Sorry, 18.
As far as you know, she is not lying to you. She doesn't seem to have any information about Tiny Nuggins.
Okay. Well, I wasn't doing anything else. I'll help you out.
Alright. And of you, Dragonborn,
Yes.
do you wish to help?
It wouldn't be in me not to. I'm in.
Great. I'm very glad that I now have trusted associates. Hopefully, as both Maven and as Opie begins to crack the code of where the whereabouts of the Montenegro family would be, over the next course of the week, please make sure that you do not speak anything about this meeting, or that any information about where we are trying to save the king, or that the king is even gone. We have built-in deniability, so I can assure you if this information does leak, there are consequences to those actions.
I'll just stare at Joseph.
I stare at
I want
him
to
as
do
well.
everything I'll do everything I can to keep this a secret. In fact, if we got Obi Tricks and another child and put them in a trench coat and then put a crown on the trench coat, people won't even know the king's gone.
Please, another pitcher of wine. Assumption's just.
That's the funniest mental image I've had all day.
There's like, you guys know, like, the alien from the Star Wars movie?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the little alien
Which
woman?
one?
The
Oh, Moss?
Yeah, the new
Oh
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
Moss.
the lightsaber one.
He kind of looks like that, only just a little bit more human.
That's what I was thinking when you first said that he started shifting his glasses, and I'm like, oh, it's her!
Yeah. It's only except it's a male and more human. With just several different tinkering tools all around him. And,
I definitely want him coming on our team.
hey, as long as you stay good with the general, I don't think you have too many troubles. And as such, I'm pretty sure that there is more to gather within the coming weeks, so I'm sure that a lot of you will want to rest, especially from your travels. That being said, I'm still trying to gather the information as to what happened through White Dragon Summit as she looked through towards Lyle, and she begins to, oh, here we go. So what?
Honestly, at some point I blacked out.
Lyle then begins to kind of gather her mind. Well, as far as I know, this might have something to do with the taking of the queen, or the king. I'm sorry, my lady. Apparently, there is a group of sorcerers that are out to destroy the current government here in Alernon by creating or inciting war. They had bound and trapped a white dragon within the summit, and through very dark and unusual magic, we had a fight, and unfortunately the white dragon had gotten away. The queen then begins to take a bit of a seat back. And what of those of White Dragon Summit? As far as I know, safe. But we don't know where the White Dragon is, or where they plan on, or where he plans on going. And I think the best course of action is to wait. If he rears his ugly head again, then I'm pretty sure we will redraw the Dragon's Bane and eliminate him should we find it necessary. As Lyle then begins to nod and just gives assertion that of the situation. And the queen then looks to you, and since you all came with Lyle, I'm assuming that you had helped her.
Yes, we did, Your Majesty.
Yes.
Then I'm sure that I will assure that you will all need a reward for your efforts into helping one of our generals. If there's anything that you would ever need from at least the treasury, or if you need something from us, please let me know, and I'll be sure to acquire it for you.
I want Toby tricks.
I am not for sale. As he immediately
No,
stands.
not the own. No, I turn around and I'm like, no, I just want to be your friend. We little guys have to stick together.
As he begins to kind of like look off to the side, as what looks to now be these very large eyes fitting the entire ellipses of his glasses. as he just goes.
My heart just got a little broken.
It's not an assertion. It's not confirmed or denied. That's all it means to him.
Your Majesty, if I may, for a second.
Yes.
How bad are the relations between the Diamond and the Emerald Enclaves?
Well, as far as I know, we are very much at peace with each other. We're practically family.
Do you think the Sapphire and the Ruby Enclaves would have any opposition for the four clans to meet anytime soon?
I mean, if we can possibly get the Emerald Enclave to renew our relationships, we can possibly send out letter and hopefully get them together here in Orario, if that suits the needs.
So, how long do you think it'll be until we're traveling to go after the king?
I would say a week from now.
Well, I will want plenty of people to spar with to keep up my wits. Have you got a few soldiers you can throw at me? And I can throw it to the floor.
If you wish to test your strength here in Orario, I'm pretty sure Ignatius, or at least the Colosseums, would be more than willing to submit a couple of more fighters.
Because I need to keep training as much as I can to keep this perfectly ripped body.
As you say that, she begins to just kind of cock her head away, like.
I do have a really high strength, though.
You do. Wait.
My strength is 22.
Wait, did you readjust your numbers that I sent you?
Yeah. They actually got higher.
Oh yeah, because of the levels. That's right. My mistake then.
Yeah, I've got a +6 to strength. I'm ripped. I do that thing that Vin Diesel does in those movies where he like flexes his man boob pecs one at a time in like rhythm.
as you do, like, she begins to continue to cock her head, like, kind of away. Like, it's not that, like, it's not that you're not pleasing to look at, it's just that she's married.
So she's a little into it then, and she's trying not to be.
No, it's just that there is a dwarven man flexing his pecs in the middle of the meeting room. And the entire...
I keep forgetting where I am.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's great. That's exactly what I want. It's just, I'm saying.
Yeah, it's funny.
Wow.
Your Majesty,
Yes.
if I may ask a favor of you.
Anything.
There is a family here in Orario. Are you familiar with the death row inmates?
I am. Why?
Then you may remember about 3 years ago, a tiefling man was hanged for the murder of a child in a robbery gone wrong.
I am familiar with it, yes.
He was my husband, and I would like the family of the victim to be taken care of, financially speaking.
I will assure this will be taken care of.
Thank you.
I just want to hug Arya now. It's just Claude and Arya.
There are so many cool things in their fucking treasury, and I'm glad a lot of you are not taking it.
I know. Although, you know, if we had a certain friend come back, he'd be all over that. Eventually. Yeah, somebody just mentioned it in the chat. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're like,
I
oh,
mean-
the Beals.
Oh, here come the fields.
I'm assuming that that these generals are going to pay for everything we need while we're staying in the city, correct?
As you begin
They're
to
gonna
say this,
put us up.
The Shadow Agent, actually, I am glad to tell that both Arya and many of you that we now, as the agency that I own, now has living quarters for those who wishes to pass. And considering the situation and the seriousness of the situation, I will be assured that all of you will have your own personal rooms within the residency.
I just kind of meant like if we would get like an expense card so we could go, see a show or, go get lunch. We're going to be here for a week.
Yeah, that's plenty of time to drink our feelings away. After Arya's story.
As you say that, she looks towards Joseph. Well, if it's financial that you need, we'd be more than happy to provide you some gold as your stay here through the week, should you need to restock and prepare for the team rescue mission.
I think that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, I would prefer an expense card, but whatever they can do.
Arya,
what's
I'm
an
taking
expense card?
Oh God, Arya.
Yes.
I'm taking you to the brothel tonight.
Maybe I'll window shop.
I mean, they do have to pay for it. So I kind of just want to, as a bit of a fuck you.
Well,
Have the generals pay for us to visit a brothel.
Exactly.
there are brothels.
Doesn't seem that just like the best thing?
There are
Yeah.
brothels.
There are brothels.
And Alana's gonna get some fun. So
Oh, no.
let's go. As she
Okay, you
looks-
say there's no. You say
as
there's
she-
not brothels.
As
No,
she
there
looks
are
at
brothels.
the Dragonborn. Yeah,
Oh.
There are brothels.
I was gonna say there's always brothels.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the time.
I'm just
Ugh.
saying. I'm just saying. A certain Dragonborn would probably get mad about that.
Fun brothel
Fun, brothely fun.
fact. Brothel in Australia. I've never been to one though.
I don't believe you.
Tugs on collar.
I do not believe you.
I actually haven't.
Much
kind
like
of
there's
want
to
brothels
now,
in
though.
Australia, there are strip clubs here in California.
I was about to say a brothel's a bit of a step up from a strip club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
It's like what sex is to a hand job. Like, still pretty good, but there's clearly a better one.
as
Brothel, you get
as
to
you begin
touch.
to just get into this conversation of brothels with you and Alana and Aria, like the entire room is now just like, should we be giving them our money?
It was
she-
supposed to be a girl conversation, and then everybody got into it.
Yeah.
She then looks towards the Dragonborn. If there's anything that we can also provide towards you.
Have you got any dragonborn women?
I don't know. I don't know why you would ask me that.
He doesn't need a dragonborn woman. He has a lot.
Wait, excuse me?
Nothing, Alana.
Oh, hey.
No, but I'm just gonna whisper this into the general's ear so that no one else can hear me. In the Dragonborn's room, put some really heavy-duty condoms in there, like ones
In
that can
order-
withstand.
You would have
scaly
to
pink.
reach across what would be a nearly 7-foot wide table in order to try and whisper this into a general's ear.
Just walk
All right, what
to
am I
him
rolling?
and- Just walk to him, and
And which one in
Whisper.
particular? There's 4.
there's 4 of them. Yeah.
The Titan Slayer. He seems like a guy that would get it.
As you get up from your seat, everyone's still now looking at you. You say this into you say this into Geralt's ear, and quiet, bully.
And then I want to fist bump him and also whisper, Titan Slayer, more like Pussy Slayer. And we fist bump.
and he begins to laugh some more. Like,
I finally made a friend!
he then looks you dead in the eye and says, "I have a wife."
And I bet you slay her
Ah.
pussy.
Oh God. Oh God.
Oh.
He just laughs like trying to take the serious moment, but just laughs because he knows it's a joke. He's a very light-hearted man, as you guys can tell.
Fuck you guys, I'm going with him.
So, is there anything else that I could possibly help any of you with?
More ale?
Definitely lots more.
I'll be sure to send the best that is crafted here in Orario to your residency.
Thank you.
And as...
Oh shit, something important. I need cigarettes.
Damn it.
Well, there are shops for that. I mean, you would have to find it, but there are shops for that.
Alright, how long till it's appropriate for me to run out of the door because this dwarf is craving?
Probably a few more minutes. Well, if there isn't anything else that we can possibly provide for the moment, I will be glad to say that our meeting will be currently adjourned until next week. I will send Obi in order to return not only your book, but also the information to the current situation. She then begins to just nod her head to each and every one within the room. Her personal bodyguard then takes a step off to the side, in which she then raises herself, and before she leaves the room, Bahamut speed to all of you. And she turns around, thus now exiting the room, her bodyguard closely behind. And the rest of you within the room, they all also begin to rise within the room along with the shadow agent, and they all begin to take their leave. So where do you guys wanna? You guys gonna go ahead and go?
I'm just reading some of the comments here, and my favorite is make the ship real. So Joseph is just gonna take a few minutes to remember that time where he and Mitch totally made out.
Only, it is not currently canon though.
It is not currently.
It's my headcanon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the king is gone, and the only people that can help can't stop talking about alcohol and brothels. We're screwed. That's my favorite.
That's fair. That is fair.
It's true.
Yeah. Just remember, if you're gonna try to put a ship for me, Alana drinks a lot. Just remember the Polderberg Festival. She basically beat out everyone.
Yeah, pretty much.
A new ship has arrived upon the shores.
And she wasn't as drunk as she was the second time, when that whole situation was about to happen, but didn't.
Arya hasn't gotten drunk yet. I wonder what drunk Arya would do.
Arya needs to get drunk.
That's why I want to take her to a brothel.
Well, you're trying to get her drunk, not get her laid.
As you guys also begin to exit out through the meeting room, one of the butlers beginning to lead you through, Lyle comes up. I'm sure that I'm not going to be assigned to this mission. I'm pretty sure one of the other generals might join along with you, but keep a close eye out. You know, we don't want this getting out immediately because, like I said, it seems like somebody has been particularly giving information to the Montenegro family. We might have a mole among us, but it's hard to figure out who if we just try and keep quiet.
Well, we appreciate everything you've done for us, and we hope to see you within the week and see how you are.
Very. Well, I hope to see all of you later. She then presents what is the usual Orario salute, which is just one fist, the right fist in the center chest of a heart, and as you guys begin to walk through the corridors, you are then taken outside of the castle, and thus also proceeded to be taken outside of the outer ring of the castle, in which the shadow agent closely behind. And as the gates close, you see the leftover guards who stand within the inner ring, and the gates coming to a shut. It is now, I would say, somewhere towards late afternoon, somewhere between 5:30 to 6. Well, we will return to Noxlor. I'm pretty sure I have to give you all your payments as well. By the way, what happened to Zevin in particular?
Zevin had been called upon by the Eclipse Eye.
I see.
Yes. He was an excellent companion when he was with us, though.
I see.
I miss my new friend.
Now
We
you
all
speak.
do. We all do.
I'm glad all of you managed to become an amazing team. And I also have to thank you two as well for protecting one of my talents within the agency. Well,
Thank you for assigning them to me.
yes. Well, should we turn? As he says that, he begins to walk down the long road that leads towards the Noxla residency.
I walk a lonely road.
The road is not very lonely, as there are tons of people on the roads, but he seems to stand out the most as he is cladded in all black.
Oh God, chat, you guys are crazy. I swear. Like I had to mention that.
Oh,
that.
jeez.
Yeah, they're talking about Bogomnin's scaly penis. Like,
Oh no!
I'm pretty sure
You
I
might
read
wanna
at
get
one
that
point.
checked out.
No, I just saw it for a second because then it scrolled down, but I just read Alana's fantastic vagina,
what?
and then it disappeared. So whoever wrote
said
that, I
that?
think you should apologize. I don't know. I'm gonna wait
God,
for them to
Yomi,
fess up.
Yomi, take that down. Yomi
What?
said it. Yomi
What?
said it.
What?
Oh, jeez.
Yomi
What?
said what?
Yomi said
Yomi's-
Alana has a fantastic vagina.
Yep, that's
Oh.
been said.
Bad Jamie.
I one of the
Bad.
comments. Arya be like, am I the only one not getting laid? Yes!
Correction, they have two. God damn.
But by the way, for Arya, before you had actually left, and Lyle had left all of you, she gave you a very particular wink.
Oh.
Oh my
There,
god!
feeling better? Feeling better?
Oh. Oh my.
Lyle X Arya is now a thing.
Question, Yaro. This is going to be important later on, but you know how you have to roll randomly for height and weight? What do you
Yes.
have to roll for penis length?
Dicks and more dicks. That's the whole episode today.
Because can I just so I know personally, can I just roll a d12 now and whatever's comes up?
That's the inches.
Yes, 10.
All right, I'll roll.
Oh shit.
I haven't said a fucking thing! I haven't said a fucking thing at all!
I mean, hey, I got 11.
God damn it!
11 and scaly.
And two
Now
of
when
them.
we sword fight, I'm gonna feel so inadequate.
Oh wow. I just realized.
I'll allow this. I will allow this. Yaro and just his bare knuckle look. Fucking
Yep.
nerds.
And then the Twitch banned us.
Yep. Yaro closes. Yaro is done. Yaro is done with this shit. Yaro closes Twitch. just
Oh.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm putting into character a penis. A penis.
Well, you are
Damn
kind of a
you!
you know, like it wasn't like at a point where I'm all like, oh great, but it's just like, yeah, roll a d12 because biggest dick has only been 12 inches, and fine, go ahead. I don't fucking mind.
Actually, 13 inches.
Well, I've been corrected then!
Wait, we could have added our modifier?
You do not have your modifier!
Can we use it as a weapon?
No! Well, technically yes, but...
As a monk, do I get a D4 for that?
Oh, man.
I want everybody to
Like,
go on Twitter.
I'm just kind of imagining me.
No,
I'm just kind of imagining Joseph running up to an enemy.
Everybody watching this right now, go on Twitter and just hashtag Yaro is done.
Yep.
Tweet that to me.
Yep.
But I'm gonna turn my penis into a weapon. I'm gonna run at an enemy, pull down my pants, jump up, spin around, and using my momentum,
smack him with his
that
dick.
around. And that's totally an
I'm going to
unarmed
turn
attack,
right.
which means my monk can do super high
I don't
damage
want
with
to
it.
smack any of you with my dick. Anyway.
Oh, that's horrible, Hawk.
In this long,
You're so mean.
in this
Yummy
long,
having 11 inches long dick. This is fantasy, isn't it?
yeah, this
Oh,
is,
you
this is
asshole.
Love you, Richard.
It's even funnier because he actually has seen my dick, so...
Oh, when did this happen?
long
Ayla
ago.
many times.
Oh.
Many a years ago.
Okay.
I mean,
Upload
this is a
as
weird thing to
highlight.
say,
Yep.
but
Make this
no,
the
I
highlight
totally
of that
get what
video.
Yomi means.
So, as you guys have returned back to what is, well within Noxla's residency, area, you guys, see what looks to be a familiar building towards Aria and Begamnon and, Alana to be, this building, it looks to be a sign in which seems to have this kind of wave to it, but spelling out letters. This is known as the Shadow Talent Agency. So STA in kind of like in these much more bigger words, along with what looks to be several different common writing up top for you guys, and also with some bits of fairy light is the way I would describe it. It's kind of what looks to now be this shadowy figure with fairy light kind of just going out and upon it. And you guys enter the building. As you enter, Alana, or no, not Alana, Aria, you see a very particular friend. A most notable. You see this half-elven woman currently tuning her lute. It does look to be Florinda.
Florinda!
Aria! Oh my gosh! Come here, come here! Oh my gosh, it's been such a long time. How was Paulderberg? Tell me stories, everything.
Well, we're not allowed to go back to Polderberg.
Well, at
That
least
bad, huh?
you are. I'm not.
Oh, her! Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna say, it really went that bad. Okay, that was me. That's me. I'm sorry. So, how was the travel back? Was it difficult? Was it, ease of travel? Everything went fine, hopefully?
White dragon and an evil wizard. But other than that, it was okay.
A white... a white... as in, like, as a wormling, or...
No. A full-grown adult white dragon.
And you're here.
Yes.
Ooh, I hope that becomes a song. Oh boy. I am hoping that becomes a song.
Perhaps. I have much inspiration nowadays for my music.
Quite. Well then, oh man. Sorry,
But enough about me. What have you been up to?
Oh, well. Let me tell you, girl. I've done a few gigs here in Orario. Not exactly too many, not exactly too much. Just well within work. There was this huge bar fight the other night.
Oh.
Like a half-orc walked in, and there was something about somebody owing money, and then they fought, and then someone ran into me, and then I stabbed them, and then...
What?
Well, weapons were out, so, kind of had to,
I didn't know you had it in you.
Trust me, girl, there's tons of things that are in me. Well, as she begins to go on with this conversation, the shadow agent, Aria, and a lot of you, if you would step into my office real quick. Well, tell me more. And just remember, if you ever want to get to me, send a Hermes message, and I'd be more than willing to talk. As she begins to turn around and then take the long hall back towards what looks to be a new piece of the office for you guys. As what you remember, there seems to now be residency here at the Shadow Talent Agency. As you have been beckoned into the room, you walk in what looks to be just this very dimly lit room, as there are like two small magical lit stones. Just seems to only be towards his main desk, and a few more as they come out towards the room. All the windows closed, and it's just the very, very low light, and very few seats within the room. And as he begins to walk towards his desk, he sits down. Well, as promised, all of you are to be paid in your golden amount. He then opens his box. He begins to pull out a few pouches, and he tosses to Begamnon and to Ava 500 gold each, as promised. And for Aria, your commission and work. And he throws another pouch towards you, which you immediately catch. For you, Aria, is 750 gold altogether. Aside from the usual business, I would actually like to talk to Aria in person, if the two of you would.
Okay.
Just while they're doing that, can the rest of us go out and buy stuff we need? Just
I think of going back
as
to
a
the
behind the
magic
scenes.
shop.
Yes, you can.
Alright, I'm heading back to the magic shop so I can find that that book of
Make an investigation check, because you don't know too many magic shops within
Okay.
Orario.
Alright, I'm gonna... Yep, 19.
Alright. As the rest of you exit out through the room, I'll tell you in a minute, Ava.
I want to look for a place that sells cigarettes and red bandanas.
Alright, go ahead and roll your investigation check. What about you, Yomi? Is there anything that you want to do in particular?
I need potions.
16.
Alright, Yomi, roll your investigation check and get that to me. As the rest of the group begins to leave the office, the door closing shut as they are left off to their business, the shadow agent looks towards you, Aria, and he opens up one of his drawers, and he seems to bring out what looks to be a stack of letters. These are from your mother, from the northeast.
My mother.
Yes, she had found out that you had moved here to Orario and wanted to check up on you. I sent a few Hermes letters to her, telling her of your success and your abilities.
Oh.
And so she has sent letters here, hopefully getting to you in time. And maybe you should return one and just to assure her some of your safety, at the very least.
Thank you. How long has she been sending these letters?
Well, you left, I believe, a few weeks ago, so that's when she managed to get into contact with me. A few of these letters have already came. I'm pretty sure a few more are coming now.
Okay. I will return a letter right away.
Very well.
Oh boy.
As such, he then he pulls out what seems to be a well-wrapped scroll. This seems to be one of those Hermes letters that you guys seem to have a collection of by now. Let her know in obedience, but should you want to send in snail mail, that will suffice just as well. He then hands all the letters off to you. Along with that, there are a couple of job openings throughout the week here in Orario. Should you find it necessary to take one or two, just let me know, and I will be sure to get back to them as soon as possible.
Thank you. I will discuss this with my friends and figure out what they intend to do, as I want to stick with them. But if there is time, I will, of course, take up work when I can.
Very well. Well, I will then leave you for the night. Oh, which reminds me. He opens up another drawer in his desk. He pulls out what seems to be several keys for all of you and hands them to you, Arya. Make sure that you disperse these properly. Each one is a room for each one of you in particular. Now that we now have residency here, it will be easier to manage our talent here. And once again, thank you very much for your skills and being a part of this agency. I can't stress that enough.
Thank you as well. You've helped me immensely over together.
Right. Well, then I will leave you for the night.
Yes.
As he bows his head, you then rise from your seat and you exit out of the office. And so now towards Ava, what are you looking for?
I am looking for the grimoire.
A magic shop that has magical books. Okay. Your investigation was a 19. As far as you know, there was one in particular that you remember. Somebody said something about Nox or Lemos or
Yeah.
So
Lemex.
And so you begin to travel there, and as you cross several pedestrians, there are some who are directing you to a very, very particular magical shop. Some who actually give you like, oh yeah, he's probably the best, probably also the best prices as far as I know. And as you begin to get closer and closer, you see what looks to be this bluish building, very well painted, very well kept up, with several tapestries as doors, and you smell this familiar scent. You don't remember what it is, but it's so familiar. And as you enter within the shop, you notice that it's much like the TARDIS, small on the outside, but really big on the inside.
Ooh, I know this place.
As you begin to further enter, you hear some glass clanging in the back, and it seems like this is a very familiar shop to you. You've been here before. And he's like, 1 minute, I will be with you in a moment. and more glass clanging, and suddenly, as he comes through this tapestry, how may I? Oh my! If it isn't one of the travelers from Polderberg, how are you doing? It is, of course, the unbelievably and amazing Arvello Donahue.
Arvello!
You're here too.
Are you with her?
I was saying it up.
Yeah, he said he was gonna follow to get some potions, so the only place is the magic shop.
Yep.
Oh my! Well, of course I'm here. This is my main shop. This is where I do most of my business. I travel from every now and again, but yes, welcome. How may I help some of my oldest friends and possible recent customers? If there's anything that I can possibly help you with, yes.
Arvello, how has it been since last saw you at Polderberg?
Oh, the travel was dreadful, I must tell you. So, going through the Great Alernon Lake, let me tell you, there was a turtle dragon, a very large turtle dragon, if I must do say so myself. So, as we were just going through, it was, I believe, the first and a half day, and then as the waves begin to crash, suddenly a giant turtle dragon just rampages onto the side of the ship, and nobody was able to help it. Luckily, I had drawn a teleportation circle below the deck, and we were all able to escape safely and soundly just in time as it was ripping it apart. So, yes, I am here, but as we all had to return back to my shop, a lot of were questioning, like, what happened? My ship? And I was like, don't worry, I saved all of you. And then the captain got really mad at me, and then I had to put out a lot of gold in order for him to get a new ship. But anyways, so how was your travel back to here in Orario? I'm pretty sure you went up to White Dragon Summit. Did you happen to come across a White Dragon? Did you happen to come across any White Dragon pieces? I would love to buy any of them off of you if you would. Yes? Maybe?
I'll take your strongest potion.
I'm sorry, Arvello. Unfortunately, we have not crossed any pieces.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
Although, you may
as,
be able to...
as he swishes the hair from behind his by the way, he does have some fairly long brown hair with a very nice blue top hat and this... And once again, as you remember,
somebody needs to draw him.
He wears this rather dapper-looking suit, just covered in all blue with various designs upon it, and what seems to be the tailcoats of... he wears a tailcoat as the tails seem to just wave up and down rather dramatically through arcane means.
Can I just state that Bagamna's face is the face that everyone makes when they think of Excalibur and Soul Eater?
Yep. Yes, you may.
That is definitely an Excalibur.
He is obnoxiously gay, I guess.
Excalibur was awesome, though.
And much like Excalibur, Arvello is a very powerful wizard.
Yes, he is. Alright, Arvello, would you maybe perhaps have a grimoire?
Spellbooks, grimoires. Those
anything
really, those I wouldn't say would be really within my profession. Actually, you want to know what? As he then goes under his counter, and what seems to now be many glass bottles and pages and several other things flying through the air, all gracefully then being stacked up against one another, just by once again through arcane means. And as what seems to be a very large echo billowing from down below, found one! And as it comes back up, and you hear what seems to be rather rushed footsteps, this shop is like, as what it is, it's a magical shop. And what seems to be him just now walking up through like a cylindrical stair. He's just holding a book, going up. Well, as he slams it onto the table, that right there is, I believe, a Bigsby Grimoire. It lets you learn a very particular skill known as Bigby's Hand, something that I find very useful. And as he says that, he then, out of what seems to be this random, like, spell, this bluish hue suddenly pops out, and what seems to be this very large and arcane hand suddenly presenting itself. This is a Bigby's Hand, yes?
What exactly does Bixby have?
Good fucking question. It is a spell within the player's handbook that you could actually look up.
Okay. Yeah, let me look it up.
I believe...
Physical books, yay!
Hooray for physical books. Not Cholette. Bigby's Hand.
I think Bixby's Hand is like you literally create a giant hand that you can manipulate out of magic.
You create a large hand of shimmering translucent force in an unoccupied space that you can see within range. The hand lasts for the spell's duration and moves at your command, mimicking the movements of your own hand.
Ooh, nice.
And let me tell you, most spellbooks are not cheap.
I understand. But I'm pretty sure we could have a discount seeing how we're old friends.
Looks like someone's getting a mage hand, if you know what I'm saying.
Hey, better me than the Dragonborn, okay? I don't think he needs I don't think he needs another hand.
I need you to make a persuasion check.
I got one in my pants.
You got two in the pants, remember?
Oh.
16.
Wait, do I have 2 dicks?
Yes, we've talked about this before.
I don't fucking remember.
I'm just gonna be on Google for a little while.
What?
Oh yeah, most Dragonborns have 2 dicks.
Holy fuck!
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
in
we
lore.
need to know
That's
who the fuck decided in lore that it needed to be confirmed that Dragonborns had 2 dicks. Who thought that was an important thing to know?
Well, here's the thing: is it's usually a thing that most D&Ders just sit there and say because Dragonborns have 2 dicks. Well, yeah. I mean,
not according to this photo I'm looking at. In fact, it's disturbingly pointy.
I love how someone says 11 inches of persuasion.
Oh.
As you
Dream
say
over,
that,
yes, better be than the Dragonborn.
As you say that towards Marvello, he's all like, old friend, good customer, more like. Like I said, grimoires are very expensive, and considering that this is the only one that I have, I can't just give it out willy-nilly.
Please, Arvello. And then I'm just like pushing my boobs closer to the.
Make a persuasion check.
Alright.
While that's happening, can I just say I googled
Nat 20.
Dragonborn D&D dicks.
Nat 20.
I want to thoroughly remind you that Arvello is gay.
I know, but still, I could.
As he looks at the bosom of your breasts.
Hey. Even guys can appreciate good boobs. Even gay guys can appreciate.
I most certainly can appreciate those wonderful breasts. For Bigby's grimoire, 2,000 gold.
1,000?
2,000.
I think I can part with that.
All right then. Also, in here I actually have many more arcane objects. If you are interested in that.
Still have 3,500. Damn. I didn't realize how much money I still had.
Damn. Daniel?
Knowing that Arvello's gay and that I'm ripped, I'm feeling like I'm gonna go get me a discount.
Well, you are not at the magic
You're
shop
not-
with us, are
yeah.
you?
Yeah, you went out looking, you actually went out looking for a general store, which we'll get to you in a sec. Anyways, there are,
And I'm just by myself.
if there's any, well, I'm pretty sure that there's several other things. I actually, since I can definitely tell you are a half-elf, I have a cloak of elven kind, if you ever find it necessary for you.
What would that do?
Well, a cloak of elven kind allows you to... It gives you a advantage of dexterity, but a disadvantage in perception when the hood is up. I also have several other objects. You're a long ranger, right? Well,
Yes, I am.
well, what I have here, and I'm pretty sure there are several other things that I'm possibly sure that your friends will want. I have, as he begins to go through his books, each time the book flips open, each page seems to have an individual image that pops up, and then as he closes it, it shuts back down. Well, alright. Well, what I have here is a cloak of elven kind, a dagger of venom, which just managed to finish up today. I got a couple of, I think, elemental gems laying around here. Oh, this one I actually picked up on many of my travels. I'm pretty sure your bard friend would want this. And he then picks up what looks to be a lure of sorts. Or a lure. A
liar.
Yeah. And he places it. Now, this is a very, very interesting item. I think that she would possibly like this. This allows you to create, it allows you to control much of nature, pretty much around you. Lets you entangle with vines, create fairy fire, and also allows you to speak with animals. It's a very, very useful instrument, and also has a very beautiful sound, as he says that he strokes it once and gives off this very, very magnificent ringing sound throughout the shop. I also have, well, I'm pretty sure for you, Dragonborn, that you had asked for before, I have a couple of potions of healings, as he then reaches down and brings up what are these crates, 6 of each. I have 6 of normal potions of healing and 6 of greater. I know that this one might actually suit your eye a little bit more. It is called a Quiver of Helona. As he flips open this book, it is this long, greenish looking quiver with several golden designs towards its top. Now, I know this item was originally designed by the Emerald Enclave several hundred years ago. It's kind of like a bag of holding, but for arrows and javelins and your bow as well. It lets you hold up to more arrows as you usually be able to carry, quite a few javelins and also your bow as well. And he flips the pages over a couple of more. I have a ring of fire resistance, a belt of giant strength, and he flips over some more. My personal, the light orb. And he begins to close the book. I think there's also one more that I have. As he runs towards the back room, he then just several different clanking of glass, more pages being moved, some wood crates being slammed, and he then runs back what seems to be a very nicely designed sword, and he places it on the counter. This is a platinum sword. Now, as you guys would know, you would never use money in order to actually make weapons, but this one was actually blessed from one of the head clerics here in Orario, over up in Luxla. It has certain properties that I think any warrior would want along with them. Anyways, as far as I know, those are all the magical items that I have here, my arcane assets. So if anything suits your needs.
I would like that quiver. That quiver looks so beautiful. And it's just catching my eye because not only is it like beautiful, but I would be able to hold more arrows, which I need to replace the 8 that I've already lost from facing the dragon. And my dragonborn friend right here when I shot him in the arm.
And he's like, right. He then rushes up to what seems to be an upstairs area as you hear some more banging around, and as he runs back downstairs, you see this very nice, well-crafted, elven-ish looking box, and he places it on the counter and he opens it, and there you see this amazing looking quiver to you.
It just
much like how an actual bag of holding is, this is more for arrows and things, so it wouldn't be as expensive, but they are still relatively rare in its kind, as it takes more time to actually design them and actually to create them, and the magical processes that goes into them. And many of the blueprints that I was able to gather, I was able to actually find a way to make one of these. It was not as hard as a bag of holding, but still slightly more complicated. I would price this, I would say, around 2,000 gold.
How about 1,800?
Make a perception check. Or, no, persuasion.
Alright, where's my D20? Oh, okay, there's my D20. I couldn't find it for a second.
By the way, for Predominant, you begin to hear a slight sound coming from that platinum sword. Just slightly.
16, and modifier is 20.
Oh, really?
I'll tell you what. I will... If you buy something else, I will certainly do it for 1,800.
I'm gonna browse around the wares, just so I can, just look around and maybe give him some time to browse what he wants. So I'm gonna be in the far distance because I don't want to hear what he has to buy, especially if what the chat is saying is true.
Buy aphrodisiac.
Yeah, especially that one. Like, I don't want to be there for that. That's just very awkward if I have to be there to witness it.
And by the way, while I do carry potions, I don't necessarily make a lot of them. I do make a few particular ones, like one of sleeping, but if you want to actually check out some potions, I would suggest a very old friend of mine. She wouldn't be actually all that far. I would say she's more... She would be in the Noxla area. Salva is her name. Should you ever need more potions, go talk to her. Tell her that I sent her. She might even give you a group discount.
Of course. Thank you very
Ooh,
much.
cool.
And yeah.
So
I'll just browse where.
So, anything for you, Dragonborn?
That sword.
Yes.
What is it?
Well, it's made of pure platinum. It was blessed by one of the head clerics of the Platinum Sanctum here in Luxla. It's very hard to get these. Well, not too hard, but still, like, even just selling these is... You would have to be good friends, in which I am. I'm not doing anything illegal. I would never do that. It's just very... These are nice swords. And them being blessed makes them even nicer. So, if it catches your interest, the price that I had put on for the sword is, as he's rummaging through the papers, I had put it at along with 2,200 gold pieces.
The sound.
The sound? I don't hear nothing except my voice and yours, and also your friends.
Where did you say you got this?
A good friend of mine within the Platinum Sanctum here in Luxor.
What is their name?
Good question. As I pull out my pages of NPC names. I believe her name was Ulfto.
Otto.
She's one of the, I believe, she's one of the paladins. The Platinum Sanctum. I would ask her more closely, should you find it necessary to.
May I see it?
Surely, as he then picks up the sword and draws it out. As he begins to draw it, you begin to see what look to be several draconic sigils along the blade, and what seems towards the end, within the bevel, you see the crest of Bahamut towards the end, and you seem to see what looks to be its own personal shine to it. It's a very beautiful sword.
You said 2200?
Yes.
Can we just make it an even 2000?
Make a persuasion.
What is my persuasion?
It's your
Mine's 2. I was
Charisma.
trying to.
charisma mod.
Fuck, goddamn, too many tabs. So 2. 17 total.
I only have one of these. It's a very, very, very nice sword. I cannot part with 2,000. I'm sorry.
2100.
As he begins to continue on staring down towards the sword, he looks back up to you. Back down at the sword. I guess it's
I will buy all of your potions of greater healing as well.
make a persuasion. that is. Oh boy.
Oh god, chat, use your 11 inches of persuasion.
All 11 inches of persuasion. I hope you know how much a greater healing potion is worth here.
Yeah,
in Arcane
yeah,
Assets.
you're wasting money right there.
It's technically not 11 inches. It's technically 22.
There's 6.
Let's see, what was it? How much were they? They were like 250, 400, something like that?
They're 200 each.
Okay, well, I have a lot of money.
Well, that's good, because at least that proves you're a Red Dragonborn, then.
Yeah, also, 19.
19 for the sword?
No, 19 was the roll.
Talk to your local
And all the potions as well.
All the potions of greater healing. Gotta be specific.
And he looks towards the quiver and Alana. You're with him, right?
of course.
She is my bae.
What?
Your what?
My what?
She is the Mary Magdalene to my Jesus.
God damn it!
Oh no!
I'm not a hooker.
I don't know what a Jesus is.
Ignore him. I'm just gonna take 8 arrows.
Real nice fellow. Too bad you gotta die in order to see him.
Well, for... Let's do the math here.
I'm gonna go away, and whatever else you're gonna get on your own. I'm just all flustered in a different corner.
What was your offer towards him?
The offer was
for the quiver.
1,800. And then with that, I go away with a blushing red face, not knowing what the hell just happened.
Alright. Very well. Along with the quiver and the sword and the potions, I would say all of it together, I'll do a clean 5,000 gold. As it would originally be 51, but I'll provide that discount for you.
All right. I'll pay with what I have.
As he begins, he pulls out one of the many pieces of paper, as you guys have recognized before. This is one of those magical contracts. Considering that you are together, do go ahead and provide the gold as I write out the contract. As he begins to just...
I get my money out, so
that is... let's see. Altogether, I would say... is 3,150 for you, Begomnin, and 1,750 for you, Alana.
Okay.
Wait, how much?
3,150.
Okay.
Then I will provide you guys with that information later, as I'm pretty sure you're going to want to cook those as quickly as possible. Also, the arrows are free, Alana.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
So, so I will. Also, Ava, the quiver is actually something from the Dungeon Master's guide, so you could actually go ahead and check that out and just write it on a piece of paper, so that you have it on record. The Platinum Longsword was actually something of my own design, so I will provide you, I will provide Begomnin with all the information that comes along with that, and just keep that on a text document or something, or print it out as a card for yourself.
I will. A question.
Yes.
DM question. When doing the resurrection for Begomnin, did I give up my Firebane dagger, or was it just used in the ritual? Because that was never really explained.
You notice from this Firebane dagger, it's not as... It seems to have lost its certain sheen, but you don't know if it's lost its magic.
Alright. Well, then I would like to get it checked before I leave. That'll be my own additional thing, separate from these.
As you tell Arvello that you want to get it, that you want to get the Firebane checked, fine, I'll do this one for free. I mean, you already gave me a lot of money anyways. No point in taking more. As you've already seen the ritual before, as he brings out his several different arcane and alchemical tools, you hand him the Firebane dagger. Alright, let's begin. And he tosses it up, and he claps together, once again, through the crystal ball, as it begins to go through and through and through and through. Many of its arcane and strange like very strange language that only he seems to be having a very clear eye on. And as he finishes up the appraisal, and the paper then begins to have its writing written upon it, and it comes down from its usual very bright glow. He goes through the paper once again. It seems like the Firebane Dhaka is slightly damaged. I would be very careful upon using this. It's not unstable in its magical essence, but it seems to not be as strong as it used to be. And in order to repair something like this, it would be costly, to say the least. So be very careful when using it. I wouldn't say it would break easily, but there are things that could possibly break it.
Such as a dragon.
Precisely. You guys begin to notice that it is now what seems to be this very light and now turning towards this dim blue. Well, it seems like the shop is closing up for me. I hope that the two of you do your best in your future, and hopefully you do come back to Arvella's arcane assets, as I rather enjoy your company, and hopefully if you'll tell me more of your adventures.
Thank you very much, Arbella.
Anything, darling. As he begins to wave, you guys exit out through where you have entered. The night coming more closer to you. You begin to notice that the tapestry that you guys had entered through now becomes what looks to be as hard as stone. And
I needed to go in there.
You got tomorrow. You got a whole week.
Yeah, you guys got a whole week. As far as that goes, I will then go ahead and check those off.
Oh God, no.
All right. In what you were searching for, you through your investigation.
Chat.
I did.
Chat happened.
Chat.
Just a very dream worlder. Just.
I'm looking.
Rock the Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball D. Jesus. What you know is
oh no.
Oh God.
Through your investigation, you notice that there is a Noxla general store, in which there is many things that you would be able to buy from the usual player's handbook. Cigarettes, well, yes, are in particular. So if there's any of those that you need, you may have. But I actually.
Like, how much will this dude sell me? Because I'm just gonna stockpile.
Yeah, that's basically what we're all doing this whole week.
As you begin to talk to the shop owner, I'm pretty sure I got about maybe. Let me check. And he goes around towards the back, and he brings what looks to be this metal cylindrical canister. Well, this is all I pretty much got. And he puts it on the table and he pops it open. The heavy, dense smell of tobacco now filling your nostrils. I would say this is about maybe 2-3 pounds.
And how much will this cost me?
That's a lot of tobacco. The whole canister, I would say maybe 100 gold.
Okay, I'm gonna roll my gaydar on this dude.
Your gaydar. Roll for charisma if it's your gaydar.
Okay.
All right, wait.
I bought a brand new dice, so I'm gonna use that. Hang on.
By the way, this is an Arvello, by the way. This is just a random store owner that you know.
Yeah. 17 plus. Just my general charisma or a specific one?
General charisma.
Wouldn't it be perception? Wouldn't it be perception? Because I'm checking if he's gay.
Okay, perception check then.
Yeah. So, what did I say? Did I say 16 or 7? I said 17. 17 plus 3.
From what you can see around the shop, you notice that the man does have a ring on his finger. He looks to be very strong, very burly, but he doesn't take well to most male presence. So...
Yeah, but is it a cock ring?
Oh God!
No.
It's a ring on his ring finger.
It is not that kind of ring, dude.
I know that this game is 18 plus and it's raunchy as fuck, but come on, you guys.
Seriously.
You gotta,
Okay.
you gotta give me some, you know. You gotta give me some give.
All right, so there's the tub of that. I also want to buy a small knife and a red bandana.
Are you joining the Bloods?
As you see throughout the shop, there are several different tapestries, just simple simple things. There is what looks to be a large red square that could be folded into a bandana.
I've changed my mind. Does he have curtains? Does he have red curtains?
He does not have red curtains.
I'll just get the bandana then.
Yeah.
All right.
What was the other thing?
Just like a general knife, like a survival knife.
Small knife. I would say. I would call it as a dagger, and that usually is about 2 gold pieces. Along with the tapestry, that's also another 2 gold pieces.
Okay, so 104 gold. All right, I'm gonna try. All right, I'm gonna say to the dude, all right, this is a lot of stuff, but you're not gonna be able to sell it off like this anytime soon. I'm doing you a favor, so tell you what, let's arm wrestle. If I win, half price. If you win, regular price.
The store owner kind of looks to you. From like I said, what you've noticed is that this is a fairly big, burly man of a man. So, you begin to hear a couple of footsteps coming in from behind the shops. Jeffrey, don't you do it! And it's like, I know, honey. Just I'm sorry.
Okay, and
the wife says no, and
I'm gonna bait him now. Oh, what? You don't think you can take a little guy like me?
It's less about wanting to take on a little guy like you. It's more about happy wife, happy still living life.
Oh, so she wears the pants. When was the last time you ever had a beer with your friends?
I don't have too many friends.
You know why? 'Cause she won't let you see them. She's controlling your whole life. You're a puppet. Stand up for yourself.
Make a charisma roll. A straight charisma roll. I want to see where this goes.
Joseph
What
just
did
needs a
you
whole
roll?
episode for himself.
I rolled a 19. Plus 1.
Okay. As now this angry looking woman staring around the corner, he looks you dead in the eye, just like, alright, fine.
Okay, and then I'm also gonna say, and also, if you win, you should leave your wife, because you know what? You know what? Yeah, you deserve better.
Make a persuasion roll.
Oh my god, Joseph is gonna be. He just needs a whole episode to himself. Like, just
He already has.
3 hours. 3
He's
hours.
gonna get his ass kicked.
I rolled an 18. 18 plus 1, 19.
As he looks you down in the eye and he puts his hand on, like his arm on the countertop. I'll give it some thought.
Wife is not happy. Wife is not happy at all.
Wife is currently in the corner, just like. So.
I could have married the butcher.
as you begin to clasp hands with him, and it's like.
All right, is this athletics, by the way?
This is a straight up strength check.
Okay.
All right, and begin.
Okay. All right, I rolled kind of low. I rolled a 12, but my strength is +6.
As you do so, his arm begins to kind of bend in the losing way, and his now face kind of goes a little bit beet red. Go ahead and make another straight check.
Okay, that time I rolled a 14. So that's a 20 all up.
He begins to now continue on pushing down. Now even more beet red, like the redness kind of just going towards up his arm, the blood now rushing to his face. Go ahead and make another straight check.
Okay. If I roll a 20, can I tear his arm off as well?
Oh,
You
God.
may not.
That's actually a joke. Okay. 8.
As he begins
8
to
plus 6, sorry.
As he begins to kind of push a little bit harder, he then returns you all the way back up to the dense, dead center. Now, still fighting this rather burly-looking man. Go ahead and make another straight check.
Yes! Natty 20!
Woo! As he begins to now return with this rather intense look in your eye, beginning to push right back down, right from where he was. He's just barely struggling. Make another strength check. Oh.
Alright, before I roll, I'm gonna look him dead in the eyes and go, Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker! 19!
He rolled a natural 1. So, as...
Oh, can I please, like, put his hand through the counter?
As
Don't
you
break
do,
him.
you say this yippee-ki-yay, look a motherfucker, and it's just, and the entire wooden counter that was the counter of his shop cracks open, breaking, and his knuckles, as he begins to lift his arm back out, his knuckles now somewhat bruised and bloody. Alright.
Now is it worthwhile me trying to fuck his wife?
You may not.
I think that might be a bit too far.
That would be way too far, and DM would not allow that. First I'll beat you at arm wrestling, then I'll beat your wife.
Oh, God.
I didn't say beat. I was just gonna raise an eyebrows at her and like see how she reacted.
She looks rather disappointed.
At her husband or at me? Because
At
me.
both of you.
Oh, damn.
As it is like
I flex a little bit.
she does not seem to care.
Alright, well I just take my winnings off the counter and I leave.
Leaving behind what gold that you were supposed to spend.
Actually, I walk.
What? Wait,
Cutting
what'd you
out.
say? Yeah, I don't know what he said. Well,
I can walk out and see if he stops me.
Oh.
he doesn't stop you, but his wife does. Wife is
Okay.
a half-orc, by the way.
A half orc.
Yeah.
Alright.
She outstatures you greatly.
Damn.
Well, I think Oh man, there's so many things I can do here. But most of them would be bad role playing. I give the money that I owe, the half money.
All right. As she extends her hand, and she takes the money from you.
Alright. Well, can we hear, like, the racket outside?
No, you guys are all the way up fucking north of fucking Orario. You guys are nowhere near him.
Okay, I'm heading to the tavern after this.
Don't you mean the brothel?
Oh, Arya doesn't want to go to the brothel with me. Sad face.
I'll go to the brothel with you.
Okay, I'm feeling like we need to have a night on the town.
Yeah, like, either drinking or screwing. Either one.
I'm by myself right now, so...
Well, Joseph has had a chub since that halfling said the explosives. That hasn't gone down, so he's quite frustrated.
Alright, brothel, team brothel it is.
I'm totally going to charge a prostitute with an arm wrestling.
As such, our adventurers regather together, making their way towards what seems to be a night of fun and brotheling in what would be Ignatius, one of the several cities here in Orario. And the night still being somewhat young, our friends enjoy the time that they have, and we are going to go ahead and close up for tonight because I will have you RP that next week.
Oh,
yeah.
to get the brothel fun.
If there's any fanfic writers out there, Joseph totally blindfolds Begamnon and Erlana and tells them that he bought them prostitutes, but then puts them in the same room.
Damn!
They would figure that out real quick, though.
And only Joseph knows. That's
No,
canon.
they figure it out really quick.
Canon.
We'll figure it out next week. I promise. I promise.
God.
And then after that, we'll definitely get into whatever week that you guys have to do.
I'm just really worried now because I think Alana's gonna try and get me laid.
What do you mean, try?
Less try, more is.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Do or do not, there is no try.
Thanks, Yoda.
Not. There is no try.
Oh God.
So
Fire in the
my
cannon.
dad, Yoda, jeez.
So yeah, a little bit of politics this week, I would assume. A little bit more action, hopefully next week, as
What kind of action?
Actions usually they usually equate into like what usually I would do is that if I would give you guys like a week to do whatever you guys want to do. It's like as in character. That's a way for me to skip time, like unnecessarily. Because what would have been, I think, would be a 3-day travel from Paulderberg. I need to be somewhere months from now. Because things happening day by day is very difficult to do.
Yeah.
So,
I'm just assuming we get all our hit points back, yeah, because of the time skip.
yes, that is true.
And key points for those who have them.
Yeah. So, like I said, this one has had a little bit more politics. Usually, I do plan these out as like encounters, as ways to integrate certain characters trying to become friends with other characters. I mean, you guys could have just totally told the queen to fuck off and just left, and that would have ended badly. Well, yes, but it would mark a very large piece onto this game. Like, the king would not be saved. The king would probably die. That's always a bad thing because that incites war. Anyways, As far as I know, this was probably a little bit more of an easier game. I had to do much more storytelling than I initially thought I would have to, as I was hoping that my players would do more talking.
My bad.
Do more talking, you guys. It's how,
I know.
it's how this-
Lack of Dragonborn talk. I was like,
Well, to be
Oh.
fair, for like the last hour, they were out shopping, and I didn't go with them. So
Well, that is something that you'll be able to do through the time skip. Usually, within the time skip, if you are doing something, then RP it out. If there's something that you want to be able, like, there are a list of spells that you want to learn from your own class. That is something that you can also do. That is, those are options that you can take. But now that you have, now that per se Alana now has the grimoire of Bigsby's grimoire, you'll be able to learn a spell that's outside of your class. So
yay!
yay!
Like I said, better me than the Dragonborn to have that extra hand.
oh yeah. And
I
that's-
think the Dragonborn needs it.
Aw. I mean, I do got 2 hands for my 2 dicks.
Oh God! Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, no.
Oh, I didn't
I
notice this.
I don't know why, but I kind of imagine Begamon's dick is still wrapped in plastic.
You mean dicks?
Well, no, they're like, now that he's come back from the dead, isn't he a virgin again?
Ah!
Wasn't he already?
No, he wasn't
Did I
a
miss
virgin.
something?
When he
No,
died,
no, no,
apparently he got born again, so he's a born again virgin.
Well,
Oh my
let's
God,
let
yes.
the percentage die tell us that.
Percentage die, alright.
Let's see if he got his
Percentage
dude hymen back.
die- Percentage die says yes.
Oh, that's some booty.
Hey, I was doing 50-50 here. Come on.
Oh, another
It's less
very
about flipping a
important
coin.
thing.
It's about whether or not you actually got either 51% or 49%.
I
If
just
it
have
was
to say
50
something
if
very
it was
important
on the
that
fucking
we.
dot 50, I would be like.
Yeah.
We skipped over something important.
What?
I just want to. We need to clarify. Begaman does in fact have 2 dicks, yeah.
Most very
Yeah.
Then he should have. He needs to roll another d12 to determine the length of the second one.
I will not do that to him.
No.
That shit has been
Two
pulled on
standard.
me. That shit was pulled on me way long ago, and I was not a fan of it.
It's like one is. I would love it
Because,
if one was
okay,
like
here's
2
what the
inches
comment-
and the other one was 11.
Okay, here's what the common joke is: one is for the women, one is for the ladies.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh my.
But yeah, Jesus.
Yep.
Oh,
Yes,
man.
my child.
right?
Shut up.
right?
Rest in peace, Begamnon. He died as he lived, a virgin.
Oh, shit!
Damn.
Damn.
Oh,
Kaiser.
shit!
Would you
Fucking
That
love
is
Kaiser.
some
would you like some
fire.
water for all that fucking salt? Damn.
When Begaman eventually does pop his dragon cherry, does he have to make an athletics or an acrobatics roll? Imagine if he's doing something from the Kama Sutra, then I imagine it's acrobatics.
Oh, jeez.
Oh God.
We will
both are-
find out next Sunday.
I'm so concerned about next Sunday.
It's like, I've never read the Kama Sutra. Of course you wouldn't, virgin.
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 God, yes. Everybody knows that one, and it's so.
This guy looks like something out of the fucking Kama Sutra. I never read the Kama Sutra. Oh, of course you haven't, virgin.
No, it was of course. Why would you, virgin?
Should we build a fortress of dreams? A house. We need to build a house first.
Yes. Now I gotta watch that video.
Yeah. Which, by the way, if you guys don't know what I'm referencing, it is a video by Bubble Monkey, in which it is absolutely fucking hilarious.
It's It's a Michael Jones compilation, so
Knock down.
I will actually do everything I can on a mouse that is, like, just I'm doing this all on a mouse. I'm not using a keyboard whatsoever.
Do you think we?
Oh yeah, by the way, quick plug. I only just found out about this a couple of seconds ago. The Abridged Forum's first official Abridged series. First episode just came out of Dragon Ball Abridged. It's up on of Bursington's channel. I haven't seen it yet, but you should check it out.
I was supposed to be
Apparently
doing the sound effect design for that, and they were all like, "No," or I wasn't even told.
What? Yeah, I had no idea what was going on with that project half the time. Even though I was helping organize it, I just had no fucking clue.
Well, I was the one who originally initiated the project to begin with. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think that was it got like rebooted though.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't get some codes. I think it was codes permission, and then we got later.
Yeah.
Or maybe we didn't. I can't remember. Anyway, it's out.
Yeah. Well, code's a pain.
To respond to Kirby Crafter, the question: if he has 2 dicks, does he have 4 balls?
no.
Yes.
No.
It's still 2. It's
That's
still 2.
ridiculous.
No, it's not ridiculous.
It's just no.
Don't be a fucking weird Kirby.
That's just weird.
Yaro Shien says yes.
It's 1 ball per dick.
Yaro Shien says yes.
Yaro says yes. I say no because ow.
Okay.
Does
I
he
have
have
to say,
4
mechanically,
balls?
that can't happen.
Does he have 4 balls?
There's no way, because he was
Yaro.
riding horses. Bagarman has been riding horses, and there's no way he could have done that with 4 balls.
Seriously.
No,
2, yes.
No, it's
or
like
no.
It's like Yaro. Does he have 4 balls? Yes. Yaro says yes.
Damn it.
No,
No.
no,
Let's-
no.
Hey, how many veto?
There is no
hey,
veto.
You
There
can-
is
you
only
can-
God.
He's
Women
red
love
with
You,
us.
big
you can
balls,
say that
so-
as much as you want, but we're not going to
Uh,
acknowledge that.
Hey,
If-
Naomi,
if there's
only if
4
it's
balls.
ACDCs. If it's only if it's ACDCs do we love big balls.
Question: if there's 4 balls, are they each separately connected to each shaft, or are the 4 balls just kind of hanging out next to each other in like just a 4-ball pile?
Okay, imagine
Oh
it
my-
like this. All right, so you know how you have like a sack, and then basically what a Dragonborn has is a sack behind that sack.
So I have 2 sets of balls.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sweet.
Okay.
I mean, doing it doggy
Okay.
style's gotta hurt though, because the balls are just slapping against each other.
I
No,
know.
as an
Fuck, you're
experienced
horrible.
as an experienced warrior, you've gotten used
No
to it.
wonder he's a virgin.
Only you can find out.
Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay, I've got a D100. I'm gonna roll for the width of my butthole.
No.
All right.
I think we're done.
Nope. I want to know if he has a full-size anus or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can talk about this
7.
after chat. I mean, after
Yeah,
this.
we
No,
can
this-
talk
no,
about
because this is
so
exactly what happens in chat, and nobody knows what goes on. I want people to
yeah.
know.
Shit.
The correct answer is 7.1 centimeters.
Oh my god.
It's like a
That
hot
is the
dog
sound
down
your
a hallway.
butthole is making.
No, my
Oh,
farts
yeah.
are like a cannon.
Oh, if this chat knew what we do in our chats, they'd
Yeah.
I have yet to post screenshots on Twitter. I think that's
God,
what
no.
they're waiting for.
They're just waiting for those. Like the Yeti one, that was kind of weird. And then when I found out what Joseph would do for the Yeti, like with the Yeti for Alana and Bagamnon, I was like, oh, that's cute. But oh no, no, no.
I tend to ruin things as soon as I can.
Well, alright, you guys. I think, it's
Alright,
fair to
I think
say
we're
that-
done.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that we can finally gather up for tonight, and say final goodbyes before next week. So, anybody have any final words before we leave the stream for tonight?
Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for putting up with our crazy shenanigans. And yeah, if you guys want to know what's going on with the non-canon stuff, go check out Ms. Cookie's stuff on Tumblr. And I know she wasn't on the chat today, so she's probably out doing things. So yeah, go read that stuff. It's only like 2 stories so far, but she's working on everything else. As far as our lore, we're working on it as we go, so
Yeah.
we can't tell you guys.
Or I can't, but...
Yeah. Oh, and in the words of Lord Kaiser, shipping is $4.99, but scale arrows is free. So yeah.
I would just like to remind everyone that if you see a big burly man, immediately arm wrestle and then try and fuck his wife.
Exactly.
Right?
I can only imagine what the brothel's gonna be like.
Arya's gonna get some booty. Or gonna give some
No.
booty.
No. I don't think Arya would. Oh boy, I'm really excited for next week's game because that's gonna be very interesting.
That's when we find out that Ari is a lesbian, is it not?
She was married to a man,
So...
but
So?
Was.
His dick was so small, it was so non-threatening that it was kind of like a tiny clip.
You guys don't know
Or
that!
Bigfoot.
That's horrible. How dare you?
Well, actually, Joseph does.
He just does.
He just does.
Right.
I'll just make it canon. Arya has no specific sexual preference.
Alright. What do you have to say, Virgin
Heard it
Born?
here.
I
You
like
heard it here.
big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing
copyright,
in
dude.
her. Hey, no. Oh no, I can cover it. It's fine under copyright. I just can't play the actual song. So, bam.
Yeah. Hawk's all like, can I be a hooker at the brothel?
Oh god,
mean-
Hawk.
Shit, man.
Yeah, but you're gonna get Joseph.
Joseph.
Is that a verb now? Joseph?
Joseph. Milk.
I think it is.
Oh, man.
Yes, we know Alana is older than everyone else in the team.
Mom's in love forever.
How old are you? Alana? How old's
Alana is
Alana?
115 years old. But she doesn't look a day over 20.
Okay, well I'm 30, so definitely older.
Yeah. So
Who's the youngest here?
probably Begomnin.
Yeah.
Wait, how old's Begomnin?
Technically he's 22, but because the way Dragonborn's aged, he's somewhere along the lines of 48.
I'm the youngest then. Arya's 20.
Okay. Just like in real life, you're the youngest one of us all.
Alright, oh yeah, fuck. So, any last words? Anybody? Anybody of everybody?
Until next time, stay gold.
Stay golden, pony boy.
Love you guys. See you next week.
Woof.
Alright, so as usual, thank you guys for watching, thank you guys for joining us on the stream, and thank you guys for joining us on this adventure here at D6. As usual, you can donate, which will go towards this game, and we'll be able to get actual figurines and probably better equipment eventually. That's all I got to say for myself, so once again, thank you guys very much, and I hope to see you all next week.